Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Bump your booty out there, brother.
That's right. It's a Wednesday. Why not bump your booty out there, brother? I still don't remember what that clip was originating from. But something from the greatness of
a while ago.
Oh, yeah, it was a while ago. It was a while ago. I think that was post the time he got the massage.
Yes. Massage, I believe, was at Arco.
Okay.
And I believe Bump Your Booty is pre-beam. Post Arco, pre-beam.
I don't think massage was Arco because I would have been there. I don't remember that. I think it was on the road.
Yes, I think it was on the road.
I mean, it might have been a team playing
in the
Arco.
era.
Yes, yeah. Or Power Balance.
I want to say you might have even been in the control room with me when it happened.
Yeah, I was just like, wait.
Because usually you weren't in here, but we were both like, what?
Yeah, what is happening? But now that you're saying Arco, would that have been in the other? I feel like that was in this studio.
No, that was Madison.
Okay.
That was Madison 2 studios ago. So when we were on the other
original
side.
Studio, I guess. To us, the original studio. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Now I just have to find the audio.
Yes, you do. In Chris's incredible Rolodex of a library of audio that probably could even be better. There's some stuff that's missing, which is too bad over the years. But he has most of the greatest hits. You found it already? All right, well, let's hear it.
It's not often in the NBA that you have someone slide up behind you while you're broadcasting the ball game and starts kind of erotically rubbing your back. And I'm saying, wait a minute, what's going on here?
What is going on there? I don't remember who it was who did that.
Okay, I think it was Sleep Train era.
Okay.
It was November 18th, 2015.
Yeah, we were to Sleep Train. We were done with Arco, done with Power Balance. Yeah, it was Sleep Train at the end there. Wow.
Now I should be able to find the game that
2015 you said?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the final year, right?
Yeah.
Because 2016 into Golden One. Yeah, we're coming up on 10 years next year. Is it time for a new arena? Do we need a new place? Is our place dated? Actually, no, ours is great. Golden One's held up very, very nicely. Let me know when you find it. Chris is doing his research, trying to find the game of the. In my mind, I'm feeling Utah, but I don't know why. I don't know if it was Ashley Chacon that did it or not, but who knows? But it was
in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I wonder who that could have been.
They lost 103 to 97s. DeMarcus Cousins led with 24 points.
Then
also
probably
led with 12 rebounds.
Who did? Oh, right, Cousins, yeah.
And Rajon Rondo had 9 assists.
Rondo was
10 assists.
Rondo was kind of a Rando Kings point guard, huh? But a good one when he was here. Definitely a good one when he was here. All right, welcome in. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday, July 16th. We are at the middle of the week. Jason Ross, Chris Ferrell here on this gorgeous Wednesday morning. A little chilly this morning. Is it a little cold? Colder.
Sacramento King Dennis Schroeder,
yeah,
had 22 points
for the Hawks.
Yeah,
Wow.
9 of 21 for the field. He was going for it.
He was in the league back then? Kings just signed him to a multi-year deal? Wow. Okay. It's my point guard. It's my quarterback. Coming up on the show. Was that an idea? Coming up on the show? Well, Millie, Nancy. We're going to have plenty of things to discuss. The Kings play later today. We will get into that. Actually, early. Get ready. Beauty of Vegas, 12:30. Early game time. Kings try to go to 4-0. We'll be talking about that. We'll recap Major League Baseball's All-Star Game, the good and the bad. I didn't think there was too much bad, even though there could be some controversy for some people the way it ended. We'll discuss that amongst many, many things. Let's see. Mr. Asparagus is our first chatter from the YouTube. Says, morning, J. Ross and Verlad. Vacay Dave is still on vacation, baby. Let's talk sports. No, not doing it. Thought this was a sports show. It is. Sports and entertainment. We're all over the place. And we're going to.
What sports is happening today?
Yeah. The Kings.
Yeah.
No, there was a point in the sports calendar where I feel like today has kind of been deemed the slowest day in sports. Now, there are more things that have evolved over time. There's always still some soccer, some WNBA, in this case, Summer League. But football is off, baseball is off, hockey is off. You would argue basketball is off in other Summer League. But the day before the All-Star Game at least has the Home Run Derby. Then you have the All-Star Game. The next 2 days, there's no baseball. But that's only the major sport that's going on right now. But look, tomorrow the British Open starts. You still have Summer League, like I said. I still think one of the slower times is we're a few weeks away from it, where Summer League is over. For the most part, free agency is done. And we're all excited because it feels like football is here. But, you're kind of waiting on preseason games, and then the preseason games aren't as meaningful as and impactful. They are for some, for people trying to make the squad, improve their spot in the, maybe the 2 deep on the football roster. But as far as like wanting to see Saquon Barkley, Patrick Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey, pick your guy. Maybe they get a series, maybe they get a rep, maybe they don't get any. Like the Rams traditionally have been a team that's like, nah, we're not playing our guys in the preseason. We're just going to have them ready for the regular season. It's one way to do it. Everybody kind of does it a different way. So we're going to get into leading off here in just a moment. And Chris, coming up later today when we have celebrity birthdays, this will be a little bit of a preview, but it is the great Will Ferrell's birthday today. And we're not doing the guess of his birthday, but anytime we talk Will Ferrell, best Will Ferrell movie.
Best or favorite?
Okay. I know the favorite you're going to say, at least I think. I'm going to write it down. Best.
Okay, you got it.
I don't know which one your favorite is. Semi-Pro.
Yes.
Best. I don't know which one you're going to say is best.
Yeah, I don't know what his best is.
He's got a lot of fun comedy movies.
Yes, he does.
There's some duds.
Eurovision, I really like.
I still never saw that. Is that with Rachel McAdams?
Yeah.
Okay. And then they're like Swiss singers or something, or
they are
or Denmark.
Icelandic.
Icelandic, yes, it's Swiss, but I didn't know where they're. Yeah. And that's really good.
Yes.
Okay.
What else? I think what's very underrated, and it got just like destroyed in the box office, was Land of the Lost.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not see that one either, and I watched that show as a kid.
His best.
Did you ever see Strays?
I did.
Where he was the voice of one of the dogs.
You know why?
Who was one of the voices?
No, he was the regular human.
Who?
Will Forte was the bad
guy. Gosh, now I'm looking at his most recent. And this is just one I just pulled up Google. So hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 are listed here. I think the most recent. One is Eurovision. I did not see that. I did not see Spirited, him and Ryan Reynolds, kind of a Christmas thing.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Barbie, I did see. I didn't see Strays. Quiz Lady, I've never even heard of that. Will and Harper, I did see. Despicable Me 4, I did see. You're Cordially Invited. I just saw that was out. Him and Reese Witherspoon. I think he's making a golf movie. Isn't he supposed to be making one like about the Live Tour kind of?
That or like a show?
Oh, maybe it's a show. Maybe it's a series.
I think it's on Netflix.
It's not out yet, is it?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Talladega Nights. Anchorman. Anchorman might be my favorite. Anchorman 2, the beginning is phenomenal.
Oh, I won't say it's his best, but I really enjoy is The House.
The House is good. I like The House. I remember when that preview came out, I'm like, this is exactly, I can't wait to see this movie. Elf?
His best movie.
What?
The Other Guys.
The Other Guys is really good. The Other Guys, I don't think gets talked about enough.
No.
Very underrated.
And it could be, it's close up there with Semi-Pro.
Yeah. Man, he's made a lot of movies I didn't see. I didn't realize that. I thought I'd seen most of them, but
I remember seeing him first in Austin Powers, and it's like, whoa, he's doing movies now? That's crazy.
He was good in Eastbound and Down. Plums. Yeah, The Other Guys is very good. He was in that stretch where he was making a bunch of sports movies. So Semi-Pro, I guess, Blades of Glory, Ricky Bobby. Blades of Glory, I remember seeing in the theater. I don't think I've seen that one again. That's not on a lot. I remember kind of liking it, but not thinking it was great.
I think it's like always on like TBS, like right around the time of the Olympics.
Really? Yeah, I don't. Wasn't it okay? I mean,
yeah.
You know what? Step Brothers might be my favorite too.
Deuce ruined it for me.
Step Brothers is great. Don't you like Kicking and Screaming?
Yes, Kicking and Screaming is great.
Will Ferrell. And some people just, was he in Hot Rod?
No.
Oh. Looks like they had him listed here for Hot Rod, but
he might have been a producer on it.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be curious what, is Will Ferrell for you? Do you guys like him? Elf is his best movie. Major League Fishing is in full swing. Oh, we're talking about sports. Okay.
You don't remember Will Ferrell in Major League Fishing is in full swing?
Blades of Glory, Kicking and Screaming, Anchorman, The Other Guys, Step Brothers, Semi-Pro, Get Hard, Talladega Nights. Get Hard was okay. Yeah. Did you see the one that I just said with his most recent one with Reese Witherspoon? It was on.
No. I saw like things I've seen like
you're cordially invited.
Like when you're on Roku or whatever, and it shows like a little preview. It looked like a made up thing. I didn't even.
Yeah, it was
real.
It was okay. Trying to see what, according to this,
it was okay.
I'm gonna ask Google because Google can't be wrong. What is Will Ferrell's best movie? Ranked them 39 best Will Ferrell movies. Oh man, okay. Let's see. According to this, Daddy's Home 2 was 39th. I'm gonna keep moving up. Night at the Roxbury 30. The House was 36th. Come on. Semi-Pro 35. You're not gonna like this list, Chris. Zoolander 2. I did see Bewitched. There's Your Land of the Lost 32nd. Okay, I'm gonna just keep moving up. Kicking and Screaming 27th. He was good at Starsky and Hutch. 24.
Now look back like a dragon.
Yeah. I never saw this. I heard it's looked funny. The Campaign with him
yes, great movie.
Blades of Glory at 22. Austin Powers, his role there at 20. There's Eurovision 19. Keeps moving up. Let's see. That's Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery at 13. Wedding Crashers 12. Anchorman 2, 11. All right, here we go. His top 10. Step Brothers 10. Old School 9. We didn't even mention Old School yet. The Other Guys 8. Good. I'm glad that's getting some love. Everything Must Go. I didn't see that one. Did you see that one?
Which one?
Everything Must Go.
Yes.
I got number 7. Zoolander 6. Talladega Nights 5. The Lego Movie 4. Elf 3. Stranger Than Fiction. I saw that. Number 2. And Anchorman gets number 1. according to this list. Well, happy birthday, Will Ferrell.
I will say, I think the first 20 minutes of Anchorman 2
totally agree.
is the most I've ever laughed.
I laughed a ton at that. I'm like, I was so excited for Anchorman 2 because there was talk about they'll never make it. Then they made it, and I had huge expectations. And the beginning was so good. Then it got really weird.
Yeah.
But it's still good. I've seen that one a couple times since, and it's good. But the beginning in the theater, oh, man, that was really, really funny. So happy birthday to Will Ferrell. Old School is so good. Yeah, Elf is his best movie. All right, we're getting a lot of comments on that about Will Ferrell. Man versus Wild. I don't know that one. Talladega Nights, Blades of Glory again. Yeah, we're getting votes for lots of different movies. So there you go. We'll be talking a little bit more about him. Lots to get to, but let's start you out with leading off.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Aranda slices a fly ball to left center field, headed towards the wall, but short, and the National League wins it in the first swing off. Kyle Schwarber wins it, going 3 for 3. And the National League, after watching a 6-0 lead disappear in the game, still win this All-Star game with a swing off.
Yeah, unique, different. I saw some people complaining about it, others loving it. I will say this. I was very entertained. I thought the All-Star game was great. I thought it was a lot of fun. National League got runs early, kept adding on. I was like, oh, man, this is kind of a blowout. This is fine. I'm still entertaining. The tribute they did to Hank Aaron, that reenactment of the 715 was awesome. I can only imagine what it would look like in the stadium. I thought it was a good showcase. You know, the American League to come back like that. I remember in 2002 when they had the tie, and that got a lot of people bothered by that. They just hated that. And John Smoltz, who was on the call last night, was like, yeah, I was involved in a tie. And it was kind of controversial, 23 years ago. But the final score technically is 6-6, but then they had the first ever swing off. I will say, all things considered, it was entertaining. It was fun. My only beef with it would be this. And I guess I understand why it happened this way, but the managers knew ahead of time that if it got to this spot, they would, need to pick 3 players for a swing off. It seemed like they had picked guys that were just in the game, which, okay. But we could have had, Vladimir Guerrero, Cal Raleigh, and Aaron Judge for the American League, and then like Shohei, probably still Schwarber, Pete Alonso, something like that in the National League. And that would have made it better to me. Now, Rooker did great. Arozarena hit one. We heard at the end there, Aranda did not. Schwarber goes 3 for 3. Stowers hits 1. So, and then Pete Alonso never got up because it was over. But it was very, very cool. It was a fun All-Star game. And in the end, it wasn't for, home field advantage in the World Series. It was to showcase the sport, to show off their stars, to get Paul Skeens to strike out the first 2 hitters in the American League, to get him to face Judge, to have pitchers throw against Shohei Ohtani, to see the Miz come in, Mizorowski. Man, that guy, his pitching, the clutch at bats late by the American League, the infield hit by Kwan with his speed and contact. The microphone access to me was phenomenal. They've done this before, but I thought it was just even at another level. If you did not see the second inning with Kershaw on the mound and he's in direct contact with the booth, and when he asks, hey Smoltzy, all right, 2 strikes, what do you want me to throw? And he's like, inside cutter. He's like, I don't throw a cutter, come on, Smoltz. I mean, and he's like in the windup while he's doing that, and he's like, I can't believe I'm talking to you guys. Or he'd throw it, he goes, that's short, and he's throwing like a some sort of curveball or drop that's just right before the plate, and a sinker there, and he's like, that's short. Come on. And you just hear his real reaction, the father-son connection of Jacob Wilson and his dad, who's a former Major League player, Jack Wilson, and their byplay while they're talking to each of them. Pete Crow Armstrong. I mean, just the different people they had. Cal Raleigh. It was really cool. That was a great addition. I know they've had it before, but it just felt like it was even better. The connection into the booth and the communication that they had. I thought it was awesome. And so and we're going to talk a little bit more about that later with the access that we are now more and more privy to, like how much is too much. We're going to kind of get into that a little bit later. But the Major League Baseball All-Star Game ends in a swing off. Maybe the other minor issue I might have had with it was Kyle Schwarber was MVP. I mean, what he did was clutch, but it felt like, should he be the All-Star Game MVP? He was 0 for 2. Like, if you didn't see it and you're trying to explain to somebody, hey, who was the All-Star Game MVP back in the 2025 game in Atlanta? Oh, it's Kyle Schwarber. Then I go to the box score and go, he went 0 for 2 with a walk. How was he MVP? Well, he got the 3 big hits in the swing off. But, I mean, there were other guys that were doing, Pete Alonso hit a 3-run home run to put him up 6, didn't get a chance. I feel like he probably would have won it if he iced the home run derby. You could argue about Brent Rooker, who brought the American League back with a 3-run home run and then hit 2 home runs in the swing off. Anyway, is it that big of a deal? No, it's just fun and good moment, I would say, for Major League Baseball. We'll have more on that coming up, but let's get to cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
And that's it. Sacramento Kings take it and improve to 3-0. That's right. With their eyes on some rings and things.
Let's hope they can get there. They need to get a win today. They play today at 12:30, so mark your calendars for an earlier start. Longer lunch, however you're going to take it in. You can check out that game on ESPN2, ESPN Plus, Kings and Cavs, as Sacramento trying to get to 4 wins and 0 losses and put themselves in a good position in Las Vegas. So far, so good. They've played all their games at at Cox Pavilion. Today they'll be in Thomas and Mack. It's the first game of the day at 12:30. They've been good. They've been really good, and I think they've been better by the game in the tournament. And it's been fun to watch, again, about player development, about the young guys, and we've seen a lot of impressive things so far from the Sacramento Kings. So that has been fun to check out, and we will see how it all shakes out today. Again, 12:30 will be the tip-off of that game today against the Cavs. All right, cut number 3.
Cut number 3.
The game of golf.
What was that?
The game of golf.
That's right. The British Open, the final major of the year, is tomorrow, or basically like overnight because of the time change. So when we're on tomorrow, we'll be talking about some first-round results already. Golf is winding up their calendar year of their majors. We've seen the Masters, the British Open, PGA Championship, the U.S. Open, the PGA Championship. And tomorrow they get started with the Open at Royal Portrush Golf Club in Northern Ireland. All right. Well, we will see how that goes out in golf's final major. So, it's a little bit of a thinner time for sports, but there's still a stuff going on. And in this show today, we will have all of our regular staples, whether it's Safer Out coming up, 3 for Madness. We will have crosstalk at the end of the show with Alan Stiles. We will talk more about the Kings and Cavs, which is coming up today at 12:30. Also, kind of a larger sports look at the year, because tonight will also be the ESPYs, and they'll give out their moments of the year. We'll kind of do that as well, and much more even on Major League Baseball's first half and the NBA too. Adam Silver talked yesterday when he's gathered amongst all the media there in Las Vegas, and expansion. It's been just kind of almost an automatic thought that it's happening, and it still may, but it felt like the commissioner yesterday pumped the brakes a little bit on that. We'll explain that as well today. So lots to get to, even some NFL news. So we got you covered. We're all over the board today, spraying to all fields. When we come back, it is safe or out. Was the swing off a great way to end the All-Star game? We'll debate that, and safe or out next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Great conditions, a fun layout, and unbeatable value. Timber Creek and Sierra Pines are Sacramento's #1 rated golf destination. With 27 holes, a spacious practice facility, and professional instruction, there's always a way to improve your game. Planning a tournament or corporate event, they offer customizable packages and award-winning catering to make your event effortless. Timber Creek is easy to find in Roseville, but hard to forget. Book your round today at timbercreekgc.com or call 916-774-3851.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
It is peak summertime for Sacramento River Cats baseball. From July 18th through the 27th, we have 9 River Cats home games in 10 days at Sutter Health Park. It's the perfect time to bring the whole family for affordable, action-packed baseball and nonstop fun. With every game offering something special, don't miss the excitement. There's no better place to be this summer than right here at the ballpark with the Sacramento River Cats. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, Carmichael Dave off the rest of this week. Back with us next week. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud here on this July 16th, Wednesday morning. Thank you, one and all, for being here. 1-800-920-1140, 916-339-1140. Hit us up on the YouTube page if you're watching us there. Good morning. We say hello to you. Hit that like button down there, that thumbs up, easy to do. Subscribe if you've never done that before as well. And check out all of our platforms here at Sacktown Sports. We highly, highly encourage that. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
We've got all of our guys out at Summer League.
Yes.
Sending back a ton of great stuff.
Incredible amount of content from Summer League. So guys are putting in the work. We hope you're enjoying that, and check out the great work that everybody is doing here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Chris, safer out. What do you got for our first question?
Safer out. The introductions were a bit much for the All-Star Game.
Well, I know yesterday, what were we talking about yesterday when we said it's not for everyone. Maybe it was the All-Star game, or it's not for everybody as far as the love of maybe baseball still or whatever. But it felt like last night, like there's always the, oh man, back in my day, make it simple, announce the name and move on. I mean, everything is more of a show now. And so I would say out. It didn't really bother me, but you have, actually I thought Kane Brown is a country star. I don't know much about him, but he sang Georgia. Georgia. I mean, that was really cool. A little tribute to the state. And then they went into Jermaine Dupri and Ludacris and a lot of dancing and doing the introductions. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I mean, let's show off for baseball. Let's get the first thing, though, I will say that I noticed that I absolutely loved, and this might be the old man take, but I think it's great when in All-Star games when you wear your team's uniform.
Yes.
And I know why they do the other uniforms. We got to sell LeBron James in this 2023 All-Star Game jersey, or we got to sell Aaron Judge in this 2025 All-Star Game uniform. Put them in a Yankees uniform. Put the Padres in the Padres uniform. Like, I want to see people in their team.
Well, here's the thing that those other teams don't have. They don't have hats.
Yeah.
Which they sell with the All-Star and the autograph, which I always loved. I have the Ken Griffey Jr. one that I wore all the time.
Just an All-Star hat? Or
no, it's like the Mariners, and then it had like his autograph on the side.
Yeah, I think it looks good to see the different colors, the different teams. You have someone representing from each team, but I loved that they were in their uniforms. I thought that was cool, their team's uniforms. And, one thing I saw this in the home run derby, and
oh boy,
I was hoping that this was something, and I noticed it first with Brent Rooker. He had his hat, and he had 2 stars at the top, and I go, oh, he's a 2-time All-Star. That's cool. I wonder if they're going to have, like, stars for how many years that – no, just those were the way the hats. They had 2 stars for everybody. But I thought, oh, that'd be kind of cool. Almost like cool. a sticker helmet, like for Ohio State or Michigan, when you see all those logos that they've got by the end of the year for good plays. But yeah, the introductions were fine. I had no issue with that. Atlanta's trying to do an homage to their area. But again, if you have not seen the tribute to Hank Aaron and home run number 715, I thought that was one of the great highlights of the night. How they did it, turned the lights out, recreated it with the play-by-play, put the images superimposed onto the field with the lights out. When the home run happened in the play-by-play call, they had like a firework that launched to the spot of where, I mean, it was like goosebumps. It was really, really cool. I could only imagine being there, what that was like. So well done, Major League Baseball. All right, number 2.
Safer out. The automated balls and strike system needs to be implemented now for Major League Baseball.
Okay. We don't need more replay. We don't need change. The way it operated, and maybe it was even easier just because it was an All-Star game and it was really loose. First of all, you know who knows the strike zone? The players. Because everything that they challenged, whether it was a catcher challenge, a pitcher challenge, a hitter challenge, they got them all right. And it was cool because it was so quick. They would do a challenge. Everybody would stop. Everybody look at the board. They have the box there. And then if the ball came in and just even hit the corner, it would flash like that's a strike. And it was quick. It was awesome. They'll probably have to do it in a better, and not even a quicker, but a less kind of informal way, because everybody was, I think who was it who struck out at the end of the top of the night? I think it was Randy Arozarena. I was like, really? I'm striking out like that? But it was funny. I mean, they were laughing and people were laughing about it. Jacob Wilson was one of the guys that called one and he got it right. So I think it's cool. I think we're going that direction, Chris. And look, umpires make mistakes. And, to me, I'm either kind of in the camp of like, let's have 0 replay, which we're not in that camp anymore, or let's try to get as much as we can to get as many calls right, I guess.
I think there should be 0 replay because that should just be the system for balls and strikes.
Oh, that could be it. Yeah. No,
like
but
if it's that quick. And
yeah. And it's a lot like tennis. If people have seen tennis where they challenge and they can and they look and they go out or in, and you
Here's
move on.
The thing I don't like is because the people that are against it, like especially the players, is every single time you hear from a player, you say like, I just want the strike zone to be consistent.
This is the best way to do it.
Yeah. This would be consistent everywhere.
Yeah. Now, would you say no replay then for like plays at bases?
Or? Oh, no.
Yeah. Okay. You can still have that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, look, it's a perfect time to do it. It's the All-Star Game. Let's incorporate it. I think the players had fun with it. I thought everybody just had a really good approach to yesterday. There was a competitiveness to it, but a free spirit and an enjoyment. And to me, yeah, there was nothing for the National League if they won. There was nothing if the American League if they won. And if you watch the players' reactions in the swing off, like an authentic, like, love for Rooker when he's hitting home runs in the National League when Schwarber was doing his magic, like they were all in, and it was a lot of fun to see. All right, let's get to our third question and Safer Out.
Safer Out. The swing off was a great way to end the All-Star Game.
Yeah, I guess, Chris, it's akin to like some people, and you're a soccer fan, like hate penalty kicks. Some love it.
I love penalty kicks if my team wins them.
Exactly. When they don't, it's a scam of an operation they're running. I think it's perfect for an All-Star game. I would never want a baseball game to end this way, I don't think. I would never want a playoff game to end this way. It was a showcase. It was an All-Star game. I would say my only critique, and I said it earlier, I think if you lined up all of the All-Stars, and in my mind, you had in the National League still Schwarber, like Pete Alonso. This would be the order: Schwarber, Alonso, or Alonso, Schwarber, Shohei Ohtani. In the American League, you could have had Vladimir Guerrero, let's say, Cal Raleigh, and then Aaron Judge. And in my mind, it's coming down to Judge versus Ohtani. And you go, two of the biggest stars, two of the best home run hitters in a swing off. Like, that's something I think that would have made it the only thing that would have made it better. That's nitpicking. I thought it was cool. Thought it was fun. The players looked like they enjoyed it. I think the fans enjoyed it. As a viewer, I enjoyed it. It was a little weird because we'd never seen it before, but 3 swings for each player. Rooker went first. He went 2 of 3. It was Stowers for the National League. He went 1 of 3. Then it went to Arozarena, who went 1 of 3. So it's 3-1. And then Schwarber hits 3 for 3, 4-3. And the only problem was the American League didn't hit any in the last batter. So Alonso didn't have to bat. There was one by the guy from Tampa, Ronda, that hit probably 6 inches below the top of the wall. If that goes out, at least we have a tie, and then that would have set up Pete Alonso to win it. But I thought it was fun. They never explained what would have happened if it was tied after that, but we didn't get to that. I don't know. It's fine because it was an All-Star game.
Counterpoint?
Yes.
Just send in the tie.
Could have. Yeah. Now, for the record keeping, it reads National League 6, American League 6. So down the line, like
National League wins 6-6.
Yeah. Isn't that what they do in penalty kicks?
Yeah.
Or do they say like 1-1, Uruguay wins, or advances in the World Cup?
Uruguay, interesting.
Yeah, that's my team. Big Uruguay guy.
Oh, because they won the first one, then you're like, I'm all about them now.
They won the first what?
World Cup.
I knew that.
You were there, right?
I was covering.
I can't remember. There was a team
for Hot Talk.
Oh no, maybe that was one of the. I think like the 1904 Olympics in St. Louis, like a country got there like 2 weeks late.
Really?
Yeah.
Couldn't find our way. I know you are more of a proponent. I hate ties, but in an All-Star game, I wouldn't care. But I didn't really care that it ended this way. In fact, it was just more drama. It was more fun. At first, I'm like, swing off? Okay, that's fine. I'm here for the gimmick. And then watching it was like, it was fun. It was a lot of fun to watch. Good intensity.
Yeah, also, I don't care about the swing off. Go ahead.
Yeah. Again, but if they did that to end a baseball game,
that would be weird.
That would be weird.
Like, what if it was like a playoff game?
Yeah, you can't. And then you just,
actually, you know what? That would be pretty exciting.
It'd be exciting.
Like Game 7 ALCS to go to the World Series, and it's a swing off.
But then, I mean, would you be okay with, like, literally, it didn't take very long, but I mean, you can wait for the exact perfect pitch, and whoever's out, the guys were pitching great. It was like a Yankees bench coach and a Dodgers bench coach. But I mean, if you're just waiting and waiting and then waiting, and like the crowd's like, swing already, but you're like, I'm waiting until I get like the one I'm definitely going to uncork. But it was fun. It was a cool moment, and love your thoughts on it. 916-339-1140 are certainly on the chat line there on YouTube. So, all right, when we come back, we have 3 for Madness at the top of the hour. There's some NFL news and notes that we've got to get to, including some big paydays. Remember the Jets the last 2 years, especially last year, were kind of the pick du jour. Well, they've got some high-priced guys that are getting paid very well. Maybe it's just different at the quarterback position now that they don't have Aaron Rodgers, but we will talk about that and some other things about guys getting paid with NFL right around the corner. That, some NFL news and notes next.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, athletics, and Republic FC with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SacktownSports.com to join.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for your Second Opinion Partners, American Energy Heating and Air. Here's what they're asking from you. Not much. If you're working with another HVAC company, not a problem. If you called them, if you got some sort of an estimate, just call American Energy. Let them come out. Let them check out the problem. You might be surprised. You might find you don't need all those repairs. But if you do, even a replacement for your air conditioning unit, just let them give you their price. Odds are you're going to find that you're saving a lot of money and a lot of peace of mind, because you are working with a company that's been around since 1981, that has an A+ with the Better Business Bureau, and will save you money and will guarantee their work. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Don't trust me. Go to Google, go to Yelp, read the reviews, go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get your second opinion. Jingle singers, here you go.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda. This summer with Kohl's, you can rack up the compliments. Like, where'd you get that dress? Tell me all your makeup secrets. Or, ooh, my husband needs that polo in every color. Because Kohl's has what you need. Cute dresses, Sephora essentials, stylish polos, comfy kids clothes, and more. Plus, take 20% off some of your faves. Yep, cue the compliments with Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer ends July 20th. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Member Week is here at Lowe's. Don't miss your chance to get up to 40% off hundreds of items like paint, tools, home essentials, and more. Shop our exclusive deals happening in-store and online now through July 18th. Not a rewards member? Join for free today and get ready to save more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
This very minute at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range, you'll find fun gaming on all 52 Chop Tracer screens where golfers and newbies enjoy the fun together. Compete against friends at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range or play 9 holes on the McKenzie putting course. Enjoy the summer-long free concert schedule and visit the Hangout Eats and Dreams for wood-fired pizzas, burgers, ice cream, and more. Or relax with a beverage. It's happening all summer long at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range, nightly until midnight. Fulton Avenue at Business 80. Summer's flying by, and that back-to-school checklist, it's growing fast. New backpack? Check. School supplies? Check. Dentist appointment? Let's fix that. Kids Care Dental and Orthodontics is making it easy to cross dental checkups off your summer list fast, with priority scheduling for new patients and kid-friendly care that makes them smile. It's one less thing to worry about before fall. Call now or book online at kidscaredental.com. That's kidscaredental.com, because healthy smiles should be the easiest thing to check off your summer list.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Well, according to Julie Reed on our YouTube chat, Hank Aaron tribute was amazing to watch. I agree, Julie. That was awesome. Text line says, for betting purposes, going into the ninth, Pete Alonso was likely MVP, and he could have had a chance to win it all if he batted in the home run off. You're right. He didn't get a chance. I think he would have won it. Some other moments from the All-Star game. I really liked the moment when Dave Roberts pulled Freddie Freeman from the game and the ovation he got from the Atlanta crowd. Very cool to see. Yeah, that moment, he was good with doing the same with Clayton Kershaw. That's the funny thing about going back to the intros, like the best position to be in is to be an all-star in front of your home crowd. Man, the love that Chris Sale, Acuna Jr., Matt Olson all got, and then like Max Fried, who came back. It was funny when they're doing the American League intros, they're introducing the reserves, and they get to the Yankees, and they're going to boo like, welcome, for the New York Yankees, Jazz Chisholm, boo. The very next pitcher, or the very next player, was pitcher Max Fried, who pitched in Atlanta, so he gets crazy love. When they're introducing the Mets, division rival, and Pete Alonso, he gets booed. They booed Kyle Schwarber, who by the end of the night gets the most ovations as the MVP with that 3 home run swing off. So anyway, it was a fun night. We'll get more baseball coming up. We do have 3 for Madness at the top of the hour. Jason Ross, Christopher Lott here with you this morning. I want to get some NFL in because we are getting closer and closer. The Hall of Fame game is not that far away, believe it or not, and preseason is almost here. So, but football, there are still some things going on. We mentioned yesterday as far as the San Francisco 49ers and their situation, which keeps happening each and every year. It seems like we've had from Trent Williams to Bosa to Debo over time, Ayuk last year. Like holdouts has been a very common thing for the San Francisco 49ers, unfortunately. And they are in one right now, potentially are a hold in with Juwan Jennings wanting a new contract. But he's not alone in that, as we are getting closer and closer to the first game, which is now, from today, 15 days away. The Hall of Fame game is going to be the Lions and the Chargers this year, July 31st. So it's not that far away, just over 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow will be the first game. But you look at other holdout situations around the NFL. Last year, I will say this, I had always known about Scary Terry McLaurin in Washington with the Commanders. Has always been kind of an underappreciated wide receiver. But last year I had him on a couple of fantasy teams, and kind of you pay more attention, right? Obviously, when you got guys on your team. McLaurin had an incredible year last year, helped me in a couple leagues. And so you can see why he's thinking a contract extension. He's been a central figure to the Washington team. They have changed players and quarterbacks around him. Now they feel like they got their quarterback of the future in Jaden Daniels. And last year, McLaurin, 82 catches, 1,096 yards, 13 touchdowns. That was the big factor. And, let's hear from him why he deserves a bigger contract, a new contract.
You have a way of feeling that what you've proven up until this point, and when you see that is put in front of you of how somebody perceives you or values you, that's disappointing. It's a little bit disrespectful to me. And again, the front office, the ownership, they have to do what's best for the team. I understand that, but I also know what I bring to a team, and I feel like I've proven that day in, day out. There hasn't been anything that they've asked me to do since they've been here that I have not done willingly, openly. And I'm not saying that that's not what I'm supposed to. That's what I'm supposed to do as a leader. But you would think when that is displayed consistently over years of time, then that would be, honored and respected. And so, again, the toughest thing is just, having to be in this limbo. And but I haven't stopped working. I work my tail off, and no dollar amount is going to change that. No dollar amount is going to make me work harder. That's not how I'm built. But at the same time, I have to stand on my worth and my value.
That is Terry McLaurin of the Washington Commanders. And, when I think about him and what he is probably internalizing too is, yes, he's coming off a great year. Yes, the team is coming off a great year. You want to be rewarded for all that. But he's probably alluding a little bit more to being there in the toughest of times for that organization. He was a guy that was there to watch the coaching changes, the quarterback changes, the regime changes, the ownership changes, just everything that organization has been through. And then last year reaping the rewards of all the greatness and all the fun, but he's been through it and seen it and been on the dark side of that. So he's kind of like, look, there was a time where you did feature me more and needed me more when this team wasn't any good. Now there's more pieces around it, and I'm still one of the key pieces. He wants to be rewarded for that. So that's a tough spot for him to be in. I get his angle there, and I hope that all works out for him and the Commanders as far as that happy enough marriage going forward. But yeah, if you remember the year they had last year, they won the division. Philadelphia won the division, but they got to 12-5 and made a nice little postseason run. So good for them, good for him. We'll see where that goes. Now, the other team that's been in the news here is a team on the other side of the spectrum, the Jets. And the Jets have the longest active playoff drought in the NFL. They have been a team that has really, really struggled. And the last couple of years, I would say it's probably been a 2-year stretch here, especially when they added Aaron Rodgers. And we all know how year one ended for him in that Monday night game where there was just so much hype, comes running out with the flag. It was a really cool moment, and then gets hurt the Achilles and ends his season. So the next year, the hype continues because Rodgers is healthy. Rodgers is going to play, and they are going to have a team that's loaded with talent again, allegedly. And I just felt like they were given things that weren't earned yet. And people thought, well, they've had a good defense. Now they're getting more and more offensive skilled players. Let's go watch out for this team. And the Jets will be a legitimate threat, maybe even a Super Bowl championship type team. They won 5 games. And, part of the hype machine for them last year was a guy like Breece Hall, who had a good year the year prior. And so it's a year-to-year proposition. Is end of the year by the end last year, 876 yards on the ground, 5 touchdowns, respectable. Caught 57 passes for 483 and 3 more scores. But when you're labeled as the number one guy, you have to take him in your fantasy draft. He is clearly the favorite. This Jets team is going to go on this crazy long run. And Rodgers is going to lead it. It just didn't materialize that way at all. They ended up getting Devontae Adams. He's already come and gone, but to have Garrett Wilson and Adams to go with, they were trying to maximize all the things, and they just couldn't win big games. And I think the bigger question became, does Rodgers still have it? Is he the guy that's the right guy for this team? And ultimately they've moved on from him and they're a new team. Now I wonder if they're just in a better spot, because there's still some of those linemen, defensive players, corners, receivers that are good. Breece Hall is still there. Good. It's just now a different quarterback. And will Justin Fields be able to lead that team in a way that's under the radar, in a sense that there aren't the expectations this year, but there's still a lot of the key guys that are there that people thought would be a good team. So I wonder if they're a better play this year than last year in a sense of hype and betting on and believing in. But what they have done here in the last couple of days is they've extended wide receiver Garrett Wilson on a 4-year, $130 million deal. And then yesterday they made Sauce Gardner the highest paid cornerback in NFL history. And he's had a couple of very, very productive years and is one of the best corners in the game. So they have talent there in New York. It's now putting it all together, pairing that with the quarterback in Fields that is also looking to kind of get that consistent run and elevate his game as a, top 20 quarterback in the NFL. All right. Next hour ahead of us in 3 for Madness. We got lots of questions, including one we're going to ask you. At this moment, which of the current members on the Sacramento Kings Summer League roster are you most confident will contribute to the 2025-2026 Sacramento Kings? We have that question and more in 3 for Madness next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hobbit, a Hobbit Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Hobbit Employee Pricing Plus sales event?
We're going all in on Ram this month with not just employee pricing, but huge emphasis on the plus you can only get at Hobbit. Right now, save up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 2025 Ram 1500 crew cabs.
What about those hard-to-find Ram heavy duties?
If you're looking for something bigger, save up to $13,500 off MSRP on the hard-to-find brand new 2025 heavy-duty Ram 2500s and 3500s, with 500 new Rams available.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobbitDodge.com. Nobody beats Hobbit. Period. 16,000 total net savings on select new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn after 6,500 factory rebates and 9,500 dealer discounts. Rebates may include 2,500 SFS bonus cash. Must finance with Stellantis. 1,000 trading assist with eligible trade-in. 500 on the job upfit. Must show eligible upfit. 13,500 total net savings on select new 2025 Ram 2500 limited after 4,000 factory rebates and 9,500 dealer discounts. Rebates may include 2,500 select inventory bonus cash and 500 on the job upfit. Must show eligible upfit. At least 5 at each net savings. Employee pricing included in dealer discounts. See dealer for details.
Hey, it's Mike Rohn. If I have a choice, I like to do business with companies that actually stand for something. That's why I switched from Verizon to Pure Talk. No offense to Verizon, I'm sure they stand for something. I just don't know what it is. Pure Talk, on the other hand, is a veteran-owned company that supports our military in a big way, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I also appreciate unlimited talk and text and plenty of data for half the cost of the big guys, and I do like being on America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month. But what I really appreciate is no contract, no cancellation fees, and Pure Talk's commitment to handle all their customer service in this country. I saw it for myself. I went to Georgia. I got a tour of their headquarters. I met their CEO, and I talked to the same customer service folks that you'll talk to when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Switch today and save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Pure Talk, a wireless company that actually stands for something.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When you stay in your home, what you love gets to stay too. From the gardens that grow wild to the grandkids that run wilder. From the Friday night baseball games to the Sunday morning brunches. Even the daily crosswords and weekly book clubs. There's room for it all with help from Home Instead, the largest in-home senior care network with over 30 years of trusted experience delivering the peace of mind you deserve. Visit Home Instead online for a better what's next.
Around here, the summer can smack you silly, especially if your AC is not functioning at a high level. Whitey Gleason here. I had the opposite problem over the winter. System went down. It was panic time, but Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating saved the day. Let them save you from unnecessary summer misery. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, reliable, trustworthy. They do great work. They've won awards for their service. Check the reviews at leesair.com. Find out about their $99 HVAC tune-up service. Save your summer now. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating on the web at leesair.com TheCapitalCasinoBuiltBar.com. License number 635355.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, we begin the second hour with 3 for Madness. Jason Ross and Chris Ferrell here. Again, still to come. We're going to get more into in this hour about the NBA, and Adam Silver talked yesterday in Vegas and felt like he put a little bit of a pause, a push of the brakes on NBA expansion. We'll explain that coming up. But first, it is 3 for Madness time. Question, Chris, number 1.
Victor Wembanyama has officially been cleared to return to the Spurs. If you had to pick, are the Spurs going to make the playoffs, play in, or back to the lottery next season?
Well, the Spurs are kind of a pick du jour, which I understand. You kind of have to look at a couple things to me here. One, first and foremost, very excited that Victor Wembanyama is cleared. That's good. That was scary last year with the blood clot. Hope everything for him goes smoothly and he can play and have a long, productive career. There are teams and there are individuals at times, much like the last segment when we were talking about the New York Jets, where the media gets behind and pushes for whatever reason. And Victor Wembanyama, there's nothing wrong with him. There's a lot to like. We all see this incredible potential, and to some extent, he's living that potential. The team hasn't been that good, honestly. If we go on a 6-year run of the Spurs, they have won last year 34 games, the year before that 22, the year before that 22, the year before that 34, 33, and 32. So they've missed the play-in, the playoffs, all of that in that 6-year run. Now, they have made some good additions. I feel like there's a little bit of a gap in their roster. I think adding Kelly Olynyk, adding Luke Cornett to go with Wembanyama will help the center /4 position ish. But I feel like, and then the team has a lot of guards, drafting Dylan Harper, last year Stephon Castle. They got De'Aaron Fox. Those are all things to like, to go with the people that have been there in the last couple of years. Keldon Johnson, Sohan, Vassell, Harrison Barnes. That 3-4 position, I think, could be a little bit better. And then sorting out the guards. Look, I mean, Fox is the most talented at the moment, but where will Castle and Harper get them to? I still wonder, at this moment, had the Kings, this is 100% hindsight, but had the Kings, which I think we all thought they might, is wait till about now to potentially shop De'Aaron Fox and get through last offseason. They didn't. They traded him. We know they did that, and San Antonio was a preferred destination. But would San Antonio be a preferred destination today for De'Aaron Fox? I think it's still an organization that's well-respected, that does things the right way, that is a winning culture, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they're going through a 6-year run here of not making the playoffs. The state tax, all that stuff that, some of the athletes, or lack thereof, could be looking for as far as the taxes when Fox is looking for a new contract. So that's part of what all the appeal was. And Greg Popovich, well, Popovich isn't there anymore. The roster is probably a little bit different than the Spurs expected in getting Castle a year ago, which they knew they already had him, but moving up to number 2 in the draft, they probably didn't expect, and they get another quality point guard. So I wonder if everybody could do it all over again. I think they might. I would hope the Kings would, because when the Kings made the trade, it was certainly one that caught us off guard. But, Luka's trade also happened at the same time, and that was nationally everybody's center of attention. But I think, for multiple reasons, if the Kings could do it over again, 1, you have a different general manager in place. 2, I still say that De'Aaron Fox is the kind of the key figure into picking a direction you could want to go if you're the Kings. They've never done this full tear down breakup, which I don't think they wanted to do and showed that they didn't want to do by adding a proven player in Zach LaVine back in return. But, if they got to this summer, what would Scott Perry have done? Would Scott Perry have said, no, we're keeping De'Aaron Fox. He's too talented? Would he have said, I'm going to trade him and try to get more draft picks? Would it have been hard to trade? Look, we're seeing trades that have happened in the summer, but since free agency and the draft, it's been much more difficult to do. So I don't know, but I think maybe both sides would have elected to take a different plan of action. But with all that being said, the question was, do you expect the Spurs next year, now that Wembanyama is cleared and ready to go, and we're assuming full health for the team, will they be a playoff team, a play-in team, or a team that's back in the lottery? I don't think they'll be a playoff team, because a playoff team, well, the way I'm explaining that is that puts you in the top 6. They still could be a play-in that gets in the playoff. That's the way we're separating the question. They're going to live in that neighborhood of the play-in and the lottery team. So if I had to pick one of them, I feel like they'll be in the top 10, but I'm really hesitant on that. I think a lot of people are going to have them as like, oh, the Spurs will be the 3 seed. I don't think so. I don't think they'll be that good, but I can see some potential there. It's just, Chris, it's like every year, like, oh, Luka's going to win the MVP this year. Oh, Zion's going to be the best. Like, I feel the league and media and certain people force a few things on us that sometimes they're ready for, sometimes they're not. I just don't know if the Spurs are quite there yet.
I mean, it sure would be embarrassing if the Spurs only made the play-in.
Sure would be. What if they didn't even make it at all?
Yeah, that would be very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Imagine forcing yourself to go someplace because you're a play-in team.
Yeah.
To go to another play-in team.
Or to a team that doesn't even make the play-in. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, again, there's a significant jump to go from 34 wins to, let's say, to be a playoff team to 45. Well, last year, let me double check this. What was the playoff number for the West? Because obviously the Kings were a play-in team, but they were at the next tier of teams that dropped off. Yeah, 24-25 season, the top 6 teams that were playoff teams, 49 wins. I don't know if it'll be that way again, but if that's the assumed number, jumping up 15 games is a lot. And that's also now bumping out, I don't know, OKC or Houston or Denver, or I don't know who else you think, the Lakers or the Clippers or the Warriors or the T-Wolves or Mavericks, Kings, Suns, Grizzlies. I mean, yeah, the West is tough, and the Spurs are kind of in that very, very crowded space. All right, question number 2 in 3 for Madness.
Question 2.
At this moment,
which
of the Kings Summer League players on the roster do you have the most confidence will contribute to the 25-26 Kings team?
All right, this one I'm also going to do a little crowdsourcing. Would love your perspective on that. 916-339-1140 or on the chat. You get this question as well. So the current Summer League roster, and really let's go through the main candidates here. So we're talking about returners of Devin Carter, Isaac Jones, two-way guys and Isaiah Stevens and Dylan Cardwell, and then the rookie draft picks, Maxime Reynaud and Nick Clifford. Those are your primary guys that we're talking about, that we're asking, look, this Summer League team is playing very well, playing well together. They're on a string communication-wise, their intensity defensively, their competitiveness, those marks, those guidelines, those criteria that Scott Perry had listed out that he's looking for from this team. This Summer League team is showing a lot of that, for what it's worth. So if we go through the candidates, Isaac Jones, I think, is in a spot where his style could be utilized and needed, especially if Trey Lyles isn't back, which, he's still a free agent that's out there. Someone that could give him some spot minutes, some physical nature, some offensive rebounding, some rim runs, some putbacks. That's something that Isaac Jones can do, and it's continuing to develop. If he starts hitting that corner 3 with consistency, I think this guy is tracking the same road that Keon Ellis did, where it's like, hey, look, you're catching some eyeballs. Now you're getting a 2-way. Now you're getting a bigger contract. Now you're on the club. Now you're getting minutes. Now it's tough to take you off the floor. Keon has done that. Let's hope Isaac Jones can do that, but he wouldn't be my choice as far as one that I expect the most for the 25-26 team. Then we go to Devin Carter. Devin Carter, after game 1 of the Summer League, has really responded and played very, very well. I have said this about Carter. I will continue to say it. I think Devin Carter can play NBA defense. 100% convinced of that. I think he is the right combination of quickness, power, physical, long arms, instincts, willingness, not afraid to get in he's scrappy. There's a swagger. All of those things. I think he plays NBA level defense, can guard the 1, the 2, maybe even if pushed around a little bit or forced to it, could guard the 3 position. That's going to get him an opportunity. I'm still a little skeptical about the offense. I am. He's been better in the Summer League. He's been better when he's been asked to do more and more things. I still think he's better as a guy that kind of gets his own as a combo guard. Has been playing more point and has been doing okay. I just don't see a ton of creating for others, which sounds like a knock. But if that's the position you want him to play, I think he's got to do more of that. But if he's off the ball consistently and kind of that, I will make something happen offensively for myself. And not that he's ignoring or a ball hog, or that there's nuance here. And you see it, you know it, like when you're watching people that really truly create for others. I don't think he's that. And again, I'm not making that as a knock to him, but it's a blind spot, let's say, in his game. So you take that into consideration. Then we go to Maxime Reynaud, who by size, by probably need, I think there's minutes out there for him. Obviously, they added Saric. They've added Eubanks. Sabonis is going to get the primary bulk load of the minutes. But I get this feeling that the organization would love it if Max is ready to go. And by his maturity, by his amount of games he's played in college and the years of his age, I don't look at him as a project as far as a guy that's probably more ready to go. But how much of an impact will he have? He can't just be, he occupied 10 minutes a game, but you got to do something with those 10 minutes a game. And then the last real candidate would be Neek Clifford. And to me, every time I've watched Neek Clifford, I'm trying to find reasons why he shouldn't play. And I'm not coming up with many. And I would say the only one I'm coming up with, and with maybe a little check mark to, yes, cool your jets, it's Summer League. Let's see him against the better players when they get to practice and to camp and the NBA guys. That would be maybe something that's like a little whisper in my head. Like I don't want to be too swayed by what I see, but that's all I've seen. I saw him in college. I see him now. And the only spot that I have the doubts is the numbers, not his, but the number of people that can kind of play his position or positions and do some of the things he does better than him. But I feel like when you start to look at whether it's Monk, Ellis to some extent, Keegan Murray to some extent, DeRozan, Levine, Terrence Davis, if he ends up back on this team, guys that are kind of in that, or Schroeder, I guess, 1, 2, 3, might be a stretch to 4, but kind of that position area. He kind of does all of it so far. And some will be better at some things, like DeRozan, Levine. I mean, those are some of the great scorers the league has. But I don't love their defense consistently. Keegan Murray is getting you a two-way, offense, defense. Keon, offense, defense. Monk, probably more offense than defense. And these guys have some of their games that are more polished than Neek Clifford. I'm not trying to say Neek Clifford's the best player on this team. But that Swiss Army knife label for him, I think would fit the Kings. I think would fit a lot of teams. And the fact that his IQ, his versatility, his two-way play feels like, to me, the one that has the least question marks of Isaac Jones, Devin Carter, Maxime Reynaud. And look, I need more info. We'll watch again today at 12:30. We'll watch when the preseason comes around, and we'll watch in the regular season. But I would love to see him on the floor with Sabonis, Murray, Schroeder, and let's say Levine or DeRozan. I think he'd be just fine. And in some sense, maybe excel even more. So we've got Devin is good. We just got way too many shooting guards. Yep, that's part of it. And that's a little bit where Neek fits, right? Could Neek be the backup point guard? Maybe. Could Neek be backup 2? Yep. Could he be the backup 3? Maybe 4 is a bit of a stretch, but maybe. Teams are playing smaller. Some are playing bigger. I mean, it's a lot of mix and match. And what Scott Perry has said is this team needs to work on picking up full court, an intensity, kind of a compete level, and depth. And he is definitely that depth. So all of that listed in roundabout way of saying, I think the one that, to me, I feel the most confident about contributing in the 25-26 season, I would say, is Neek Clifford. I think there's going to be opportunities for Isaac Jones, for Carter, for Reynaud. But the one I'm right now, present day, this moment, I would say is Neek Clifford. Really like his well-roundedness, his approach. He's cool and calm out there, looks the part. Size-wise is what this team needs. Yeah, it would be Neek Clifford for me. All right, question 3.
Question 3.
Last night, we got several players mic'd up during the All-Star Game. This was a really cool feature. Do you think we will get more of this for MLB?
Probably for MLB. And, Chris, I want to get your knowledge. Like, is this something that's done? Like, what kind of access do we get in soccer?
They're pushing for more, and people hate it.
And why is that?
Because they don't want to hear from players at halftime, and they feel like soccer is getting Americanized, which they
and this
don't
is
like.
More of an American thing.
Yeah.
I would think they're so rabid over there. They don't want more access to their players, or
not
just
like
not
during the game.
match.
Yeah.
Would you say? How do I word this? Are they more fanatic about like their players there, or their? Well, they got to be their team.
Yeah.
But I mean, is there like a true like? I ran into are people starstruck? I mean, like if someone runs into LeBron, that's like an iconic sports figure here. That would be amazing. But I would think, is it not the same there?
Unless you're Messi, Ronaldo, like top of the top, you can walk around and be a somewhat normal human.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say that's that way here. I mean, there's some people that don't get recognized, but if you're recognized, you're going to get not attacked, but people are going to come up to you. So the access last night, I thought, was one of the many highlights of the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. I mentioned it earlier about Clayton Kershaw being on the mound, and so he has an earpiece in, and he's talking directly to Joe Davis and John Smoltz in the booth, or they're talking to him too. And when he's having fun with it, knowing he's probably got a batter or two to pitch to, he had communicated that early with Dave Roberts or vice versa. And when, they're trying to talk to him, they're also trying to call the game. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts, but it was really cool because you don't normally see that. It felt like you were on the field in the sense of, as a viewer at home, when Kershaw's, asking the booth, what do you want me to throw? And they're telling him ideas, cutter inside. And, when Kershaw's literally in his windup and he's like, Smoltz, I don't throw a cutter. And he's getting mad at him. So, I mean, you're hearing some great byplay, which was awesome. You had the infield interview with Jacob Wilson, and his dad, Jack Wilson, who was also an All-Star, was at the game. He's mic'd up, and it's like a conference call. They're all talking and telling stories about Jacob Wilson and Jack Wilson when each were younger, and one was in the majors and the other one was growing up as a kid. And Jacob Wilson, as we all know here in Sacramento, watching him play for the A's, has earned this all-star spot, doesn't strike out, puts the ball in play, and was telling stories about, my dad's out there throwing, beating me up basically as an 8-year-old, throwing these pitches that are coming in so fast that he's just trying to teach him he's got to put the bat on the ball. And that's a recipe that's worked for him and how they grew up and how he's coached them. And now he sees his son, who he was once an All-Star, his son now an All-Star, and enjoying that moment. But we're hearing that in real time. Pete Crow Armstrong, Cal Raleigh. I mean, there's so many different guys that ended up being mic'd up. I thought it was an incredible feature, and they've had it before. It was great. The on-field interviews for the home run swing off, getting to the guy like Rooker's the first one, and he's like, it's weird. I'm nervous. Feel the pressure. Like, that's a real feeling. That was a cool thing to draw out, and then to see Rooker come through and hit a couple home runs was cool. So I think as we stretch this out, and Chris, you're a sports fan too, I guess the question is, what kind of access, I'll ask you, do you want from your athletes, from your teams?
I don't want anything in game.
Because why? You're like, they need to be focused?
I feel like it's like planned.
It is, like, obviously, literally, like,
Yeah.
hey, out of this timeout, like,
you're going to be talking to this person and stuff like that. So think about what you want to say.
I will say, this has been the norm for the NBA. Like, let's say there's a nationally televised game, and first quarter, it's one team's coach. Third quarter, into the third quarter, it's the other team's coach. We saw this in the finals. So this is the finals, the games that mean the absolute most. They are interviewing players at the end of the quarter. So it's like, hey, Pascal, you just had 10-point quarter. You lead the Thunder by 2. You know, what went right, whatever. And it's like, I felt a little uncomfortable with that.
You're not going to get anything either. It's going to be like, well, we've got to do better on defense.
Yeah, it's the generic, you know, like, we got to slow them down. We got to follow, you know, we play the way we want to play. We'll be okay. Yeah, you don't get a ton there. When NBA does wired, like they're wired for sound, that's cool. But a lot of times, you know, they're going to do that in the third quarter, and they're going to give you what they think is the best clips. And they're also the tamest clips. You know, you're not going to get, you know, if there was a fight or a, you know, cussing out of play, like, you're not going to get that. We understand that. But it's interesting how we're getting more and more access. The athletes are becoming more and more available to some extent. And I do think it's better when done right. And I don't know, like you said, Chris, I feel like that's planned, orchestrated, and it's rare that we get an answer where we go, oh, wow, I didn't know that, or what an answer. It's usually like, yeah.
Ironically, when you're going to get the most of that is like up at the Tahoe tournament, to where they're not.
It's more like story time.
Yeah. They're not like in a game. They're not concentrating on something. They're just like, I'm not saying that they're slipping up, but they've got their guard less up.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, you know, when you get post game at a podium, let's say, there's still a little bit of a guard up. That, I think maybe that is the phrase that's perfect. So, like, the guard was down yesterday and granted, it's the All-Star game, it's Clayton Kershaw, but Pete Crow Armstrong was asked even something like, I remember Joe Davis, the play-by-play voice of Major League Baseball on the Fox in the All-Star game last night, asked Pete Crow Armstrong, who people in Chicago are loving. He's, you know, flying around center field or the outfield for Chicago. He's got all these stolen bases and home runs. And he's like, you know, there's probably a lot of kids who are out here excited like you, or that want to be like you. What would you say to them? I mean, that's like a deep question. And he's like, oh, look, I'd say be yourself. Like, there's only one you. But this is a conversation that's going on during the All-Star game. And then there was a fly ball between him and Tucker, his teammate in Chicago, and Tucker's calling for it, but Armstrong's got earpieces in both ears. He's like, yeah, I didn't even hear you. But it didn't matter in the sense that it was an All-Star game. You know, you're getting access on those type of situations that we normally don't see. And I think that's what, as a viewer, it made it great. But as a fan, for you guys out there, what is it that you want from the players during a game? And I'm kind of with you, Chris. I don't need to get player stuff during the game, like games that matter, that you don't want it to distract from the team. Like if Keegan Murray's getting interviewed at the end of the third quarter and he's got to come out in the fourth quarter and hit free throws and not that Keegan's sitting there on the bench thinking about it. It's just like, did that distract him? Did that throw him off? I just know how everybody would react. But it was great access last night. It was fun to see. And, we're getting more of that in every sport because I feel like that's the demand. And once you start to go down that road, I don't know where we'll ultimately end up. But they had different camera angles, they had ump cam, they had, home plate cam. They just had a lot of different things going. I thought it was a really good show for Major League Baseball yesterday. Well, kind of along those lines, what do we want from our athletes and the teams and their expectations? We just talked about access. Well, the world's number one golfer, Scotty Scheffler, got a little deep with his expectations, his priorities. As the British Open gets going tomorrow, we'll discuss that.
The game of golf.
We'll discuss that and golf next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday, out the door to a cooler start. Delta breeze, yeah, you feel that as we head through the afternoon. That's going to keep us a touch cooler today. Expect daytime highs in the mid to upper 80s with plenty of sunshine and the occasional breeze. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Roseville Auto Mall is Northern California's ultimate destination when looking for your next vehicle. Find the largest selection with 20 top brands. And right now, save big on the perfect vehicle for your summer fun during our summertime savings event. The Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So the kids' back to school lists were extra long.
Extra long sounds extra expensive.
Staples had everything at amazing prices.
Suspiciously amazing if you ask me.
Some items were just 25 cents. Plus, as an Easy Rewards member, I got 30% back in points on my kids' school supplies.
Jumpin' jellyfish. Your back to school budget saved by Staples Easy Button. Staples.
That was easy.
In store, online, and on the app. In 719. Exclusions apply. Single use per week up to $60 in points. See app for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Buckle up, racing fans! Adrenaline is back in full blast on July 19th. It's chaos, carnage, and crazy fun with boat trailer racing and more at the Stockton 99 Speedway on July 19th. Don't miss the madness. Tickets starting at just $15. Get yours today at Stockton99.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
All right, we spent our last segment talking about, and our last question of 3 for Madness, about the All-Star Game and the mic'd up and the access that we got, which was pretty spectacular, I thought. Good show all the way around from Major League Baseball. So a good night for them.
Now, I will say, adding to that, like the mic'd up where we get the stuff after the game or like during the game where the players just mic'd up, but they're not asking many questions or anything. I do like that.
Yeah, where we get like their reactions to the game, but it's no one's talking to them during the game besides the players or the refs, right? It's just, we get the best of that. That's something we've seen for a while, and that's pretty normal. I do like when NFL Films has done that in the past.
They're the best at it.
Yeah, when you just hear like, the grunting and the guy's getting hit, and it's like, that's all you got, or nice job, nice hit, man. Hey, man, come on, take it easy on me. And it's like, wow, all right, that's what's going on down on the field. But we go from that kind of conversation of access to kind of expectations of teams, of athletes. We all want and expect, I guess, so much. These guys are all, and ladies are all phenomenal. I mean, they're the best of the best. They make their mistakes. They have their moments. The amount of times that the best of the best come through is really what separates them. Look, they're all gifted, and that's something that it would always be an interesting thing to me if I ever run across somebody that has played at that highest of level. Maybe who was the best that didn't get recognized for it, whether it's injury, opportunity, their own drive, their own fire for the sport. Maybe they just didn't have it, or just other things happened. And that kind of gets you to where, life, some other stuff, priorities. And, when I won't say we, but I think of like the best of the best, I feel like there is such a focus, a passion, a drive to be so good that it's almost unmatched in work ethic, obviously in production. And, when I'm thinking this, I'm thinking about like allegedly Tom Brady's competitiveness and his drive and his fire for the sport and expectations of teammates and what he got out of teammates and what he got out of himself. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, these are guys, Tiger Woods, obviously all extremely talented, but also known for their all-in approach and all-in mentality. And I think they've reaped some of the best rewards of that. So right now, we currently have the world golfer's number one is Scotty Scheffler. And yesterday, for whatever reason, he's being now interviewed. We're back to access and questions being asked of him. And he just went deep. He had things to say yesterday on the eve of the British Open. And he kind of shared a couple of these thoughts that we want you to hear and get your reaction to. Here's the first one from Scotty Scheffler.
There's a lot of people that make it to what they thought was going to fulfill them in life. And then you get there and all of a sudden you get to number one in the world and then they're like, what's the point? I really do believe that because, what is the point? You're like, why do I want to win this tournament so bad? That's something that I wrestle with on a daily basis. It's like showing up at the Masters every year. It's like, why do I want to win this golf tournament so badly? Why do I want to win the Open Championship so badly? I don't know. Because if I win, it's going to be awesome for about 2 minutes. And then we're going to get to the next week and it's going to be like, hey, you won 2 majors this year. How important is it for you to win the FedEx Cup playoffs? And it's just like, we're back here again, So we really do. We work so hard for such little moments. And, I'm kind of a sicko. I love putting in the work. I love being able to practice. I love getting out to live out my dreams. But at the end of the day, sometimes I just don't understand the point.
I mean, it is interesting. The one that rung true to me there is when he said, I win this tournament and I'm so excited, and that lasts for like 2 minutes. I know it lasts longer than that, but it kind of is on to the next. Then can you win the golfing Grand Slam? Can you win this one? Can you win a second time? Can you win third? Can you catch Tiger? Can you catch Jack? It's like, my goodness, it never ends. And I think those that have that incredible drive and focus, that's what they continue to chase. And if you watched, The Last Dance and Michael Jordan, and you could just tell, I mean, obviously there's just a ruthless competitor, but sometimes he would even manufacture these things to get him and keep that drive going for him. And I don't know. I thought Scheffler was deep with that and pretty informative on how he feels, and would add even more about kind of this whole thought on kind of what's the point.
It feels like you work your whole life to celebrate winning a tournament for like a few minutes. It only lasts a few minutes, that kind of euphoric feeling. Like to win the Byron Nelson Championship at home, I literally worked my entire life to become good at golf, to have an opportunity to win that tournament. And you win it, you celebrate, get to hug my family, my sister's there. It's such an amazing moment. And then it's like, okay, now what are we going to eat for dinner? You know, life goes on. Is it great to be able to win tournaments and to accomplish the things I have in the game of golf? Yeah. I mean, it brings tears to my eyes just to think about, because it's literally worked my entire life to become good at this sport, and to have that kind of sense of accomplishment, I think is a pretty cool feeling. You know, to get to live out your dreams is very special. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm not out here to inspire the next generation of golfers. I'm not here to inspire somebody else to be the best player in the world, because what's the point? You know, this is not a fulfilling life. It's fulfilling from the sense of accomplishment, but it's not fulfilling from a sense of like the deepest places of your heart.
Now that's the part I wonder, Chris, do you buy that? Do you believe that fulfillment of, I mean, Scotty Scheffler, obviously for the bulk of his life has worked to become a professional golfer. He isn't just like, he's extremely talented, but he's got an incredible work ethic. And you've got to put all that together for year upon year and hour upon hour to get here. But that fulfillment part is interesting for his take on that, I think.
I would believe him more if he quit. Like if he's saying all this stuff, but he's still doing all the golf, all the practicing, trying to become the best in the world. It's like, okay. I mean, that's just something you say, but you don't.
You do say it. And I mean, I have to take him for his word, but how many times, Chris, have we seen or heard this from an athlete? Probably more so a coach. Well, no, maybe an athlete that's retiring, a coach, GM, whatever.
It's usually when like LeBron gets caught doing something.
Yeah.
When it's just like, hey, man, how come you weren't really doesn't even matter. What does it matter?
Right. Yeah, people get caught up in that, but I'm thinking about like I'm going to play one more here and kind of tie it into this about where he would rather be known for.
That's why I talk about families being my priority, because it really is. You know, I'm blessed to be able to come out here and play golf, but if my golf ever started affecting my home life, or it ever affected the relationship I have with my wife or with my son, you know, that's going to be the last day that I play out here for a living. You know, this is not the be all end all. This is not the most important thing in my life. And that's why I wrestle with, why is this so important to me? Because, you know, I would much rather be a great father than I would be a great golfer. You know, that at the end of the day, that's what's more important to me.
And if I remember right, I think Scheffler said in one of those tournaments, I think it was him recently because he had the baby, was, oh, if I'm ahead, I'm leaving if my wife's going into labor. And it worked out that didn't happen. But I think it was him that said that. But where I was getting to was, how many times, Chris, have we heard like, oh, I'm retiring because I haven't been able to go to my kids' volleyball games and my kids' games, and I need to be with the family more. And then, I don't know, 6 months later, I'm back. It's like, wait, we're back to the priorities, the competitiveness, the drive that you had for years upon years upon years to get to this level. And you are one of the greats. And there's a small handful of people that have done that. But I think that's more abnormal than the norm.
Like if Scotty Scheffler never has to play a game of golf for the rest of his life. He doesn't need a job for the rest of his life. He is set for life. If he truly believes this, what is he doing there? Like if he wants to be like the best dad ever, be with your family, take them on trips, do all this, which is like 100% commendable.
Absolutely.
It would be like crazy. What's bad is you get a lot of people like, oh, he's given up and stuff like that. I don't know about you, but if I had $100 million, I would not be here the next day.
Yeah, that's like sometimes, I mean, I don't have an example off the top of my head, but there's people that come into the spotlight, maybe an actor or an actress, like, hey, where are they now? And it's like, well, maybe they did want to be a mother or a father, and they just like, yeah, I did that. I made some money. I'm set or whatever. And it's like, I'm doing something else. This is more important to me. And there were a lot of people that do that.
Rick Moranis was huge in the 80s.
Yeah.
I want to say, I might be wrong. I hope I'm not, but I want to say something like his wife got sick or his wife might have died. And so he was just like, I'm going to take care of my kids. And like,
100% commendable. This is what I want to do. This is more important to me.
And it's one of those things of like, but I do think he's going to be in the new Spaceballs, which I am excited about.
But I mean, that's been years, and I still think that, kids I'm sure are grown up and that kind of stuff. But I don't know how it got to this depth. Now, the other thing, I will say this as a fan, and I hope we experience this, Kings fans, and we'll test my theory. And I'll ask you, Chris, what would you say is your favorite championship, like a run that a team that you liked had, that when they did that, like you were so anticipating, like, can they win this, and then they did all of it?
2023 treble winning season, Manchester City.
Okay. So when they did it, pure elation, correct?
Yes.
So you're so thrilled. You kind of dreamt about that. Can they do it? They did it. Was there a letdown at all after?
Yes.
And I don't know how to explain that. My only correlation would be as a lifelong UCLA fan when they won the national championship in 95. And it was like March Madness. I've watched March Madness at this point my whole life. And I'm like, and UCLA had won before, but that was John Wood. And I didn't even know that. I wasn't alive. I was alive at I was 2 or 3. So it's like, oh my gosh, they're the favorite. They're one of the favorites. They got through round 1. They had the scare in round 2, the Tyus Edney coast to coast game winner. Whew, got through it. Round 3, good. Oh my gosh, they're going to the Final Four. So excited. Oh my gosh, they're in the championship, and you're nervous. You're excited they win. I'm so happy. This is so awesome. And the next day I was bummed. Bummed is maybe a little too strong, but I'm like, the chase was
the chase is the point.
Is the whole point. And I think that's what he's getting at. And then they did it. And it's like, now I turned into a little bit of sadness where it's like, hey, I've fallen in love with Ed O'Bannon and Charles O'Bannon and Toby Bailey and Tyus Edney and Jim Herrick. I'm not going to see this team again. It won't be the same. So in that extreme example of if that happened this year with the Sacramento Kings, we would all lose our stuff. We'd go crazy. This would be amazing. It'd be one of the greatest moments for Kings fans that they ever had. But I think we'll see it. Let's hope we have this problem one day. And maybe this happened for the Thunder this year. They had a dream season. They'd never won a championship. And they should be excited about that and carry that forever. They earned all of it. But that run is so great. And after they won Game 7 and the championship and then the parade, maybe even now, we're a few weeks out. And it's, man, I want to see him play. You loved what you were watching. There's a draw to that. And so for Scotty Scheffler to say, yeah, I'm chasing this tournament and I win, there's this high for 2 minutes and then it goes away. I can see that, but it's still the drive to get to the next one, to have that feeling again. And the chase is the fun part. Staying up there is the difficult part. His perspective, certainly an interesting one to me on how he's looking at that. All right, when we return, the NBA has been talking about expansion. It seemed like a formality. Yesterday, Adam Silver spoke to the media and definitely pumped the brakes on that. We'll discuss where the NBA and why the NBA may be feeling this and maybe who's behind it the most. We've got that next.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the 3. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When you stay in your home, what you love gets to stay too. From the gardens that grow wild to the grandkids that run wilder. From the Friday night baseball games to the Sunday morning brunches. Even the daily crosswords and weekly book clubs. There's room for it all with help from Home Instead, the largest in-home senior care network, with over 30 years of trusted experience delivering the peace of mind you deserve. Visit Home Instead online for a better what's next.
Whitey here, and I want to remind you, not all grills are created equal. The Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers are built different, built better, and built to last, with features other grills can't match, complete with a lifetime warranty. It's a great time to find out for yourself because Napoleon's Pro Summer Blast is on right now. Save up to $400 today on a Napoleon stainless steel Pro Grill. Become the envy of your neighborhood. Offer ends July 31st, 2025. Visit your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply and get grilling today on your new Napoleon Prestige Pro Grill. Napoleon stainless steel grills, simply the best.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Nighttime is fun time at the Hagen Oaks Top Tracer driving range. It's more relaxed at night with people enjoying technology, where you can play Pebble Beach at Hagen Oaks, compete against your friends in a variety of games, or just practice at your leisure. There's food when you're hungry from hangout eats and drinks, or enjoy a beverage on the brand new patio with relaxed seating. And check out the summer-long free concert schedule. It's the Hagen Oaks driving range nightly until midnight, Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal. You should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
The San Francisco Giants are growing right here in Sacramento, California. Watch the future stars of Oracle Park take the field with the Sacramento River Cats right here at Sutter Health Park. From power hitters launching home runs to ace pitchers dominating the mound, don't miss your chance to experience the next generation of Giants baseball up close. It's exciting, affordable, family-friendly fun. Catch the Sacramento River Cats in action all season long. Get your baseball tickets today at rivercats.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All right, looking at a few texts at 916-339-1140. Cleaning up a few things. We're talking about the access to the All-Star Game. To me, the on-field interaction, they're annoying and they're awkward to me. The players are trying to concentrate. All-Star Game is fine, but I remember Fox tried this during a playoff game last year, and I was just shaking my head. Okay? Another perspective. This one is an interesting perspective. Talking about Scotty Scheffler. This has to be the biggest loser mentality I've ever heard. The whole reason he can provide for his family is because of golf. Well, there's some truth to that, yes. But also, at this point, I think a lot of us equate like, hey, you're providing for your family if you've got an ungodly amount of money. That is a way to provide for your family, but you can provide for your family by being a father and being there every day and being around and making a lot less money.
Also, I don't think that by being on a golf tour that you're a bad father.
No.
But this idea that he's the one that put it out there, and it's just like,
yeah. So it makes us all wonder. Like,
yeah, where are you getting at?
Yeah. They probably weren't asking that to Rory McIlroy, and he just went in. Like Scotty Scheffler seemed to go in, and it was interesting. It was interesting timing. That's really the whole thing about it. It was a different soundbite. It was a different quote than we expected, and it was something that kind of, to me, came out of nowhere. But that obviously was on his mind yesterday. Another thing that was on my mind, and I'd heard about and was talked about a little bit in Las Vegas, and then even verified yesterday, was Adam Silver, kind of another state of the NBA with a lot of media there in Las Vegas, all gathered and asking a few things. And he brought up, and Vegas was kind of fitting for this because there's been rumors for a while about the NBA expanding. It certainly makes sense. They've talked about it, and they've kind of pushed it down the road a little bit, saying, like, let's wait till we get the new television deal. Well, check. We've got that. That's been done. It's a very, very hefty deal for the NBA. Now that that's happened, the rumors have been Las Vegas and Seattle. And I think a lot of that makes sense. You get a couple more teams out west. I think you could do one more tweak of realignment, maybe move Memphis, who's currently in the Western Conference, or Minnesota. One of those two likely, but probably Memphis to the Eastern Conference. Get yourself 32 teams, 16 in each conference. You'll have to do a little bit of tweaking to the schedule potentially. I think it helps the Cup as far as a balance in Cup games. And then, the one thing it would do, let's keep in mind, you've got right now more than half the league making the playoffs. Well, you'd have half the league making the playoffs. With the play-in, you'd have slightly more, but it's a really good shot of a majority of the teams being in the playoff mix and or play-in mix. Now you'd have a few more, two more that you'd add, and would change the numbers a little bit. But with this seeming like it was going to be inevitable, now it is slowed down. And part of the slowing down is maybe finding out more information. But the other part, Chris, and you're going to love this because I know you love when wealthy people are concerned about making more money. But I'm sure no one is shocked by this, but the people mostly, from what I'm hearing, that are behind the pause in expansion are the owners. And part of the decision is, look, NBA just agreed to this brand new television deal. They're going to get a ton of money. There's this influx of cash coming to NBA owners. There's 30 of them. So 30 splitting this influx of cash is better than 32 splitting this influx of cash. That's a little bit of the reservation, according to some reports. The other part is...
Wow, sure does sound like a monopoly.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I'm sure there's spreading down to players and or broadcasters. Yeah, we know that. Anyway, the way Adam Silver described it yesterday, which I believe there's some truth to this, he basically said, now we're in the do the work phase of this, which I would have thought already would have started. But what I internalized this to be is this. I believe Adam Silver would like some expansion. Now he works for the owners. So what do the owners want? If they're less willing to jump into an area that has 32 owners and split up the pot, I understand that. But I think what it's going to come down to is, all right, let's figure out if we add 2 new teams with what the expansion fee should be. What do those numbers look like when that's being added to the owners' coffers here? And then we're splitting that and so on and so forth. Thinking about diluting the league a little bit. I'm sure there's some of that from the league office standpoint, and the players. I don't know what the Players Association is probably like. Look, we would rather have more opportunities for more people to get in this league and experience this great sport and wealth and all the opportunities that come that way. So I think that's where the work is coming in here from the league. They got to find out the benefits of adding 2 new teams, the distractions, the distractions of adding 2 new teams, the benefits of what cost will look like for owners getting the expansion fees, teams losing probably a player, right? You're going to have to put some players up for the expansion draft, just how it impacts all of that. And so I think that's the work that's going to happen now. But I was not shocked to hear that maybe there was some resistance, and not like it's like, hey, there's no way we're expanding. I don't think that's the message that's being sent here. I just think it felt like a formality and that it was done, and now it doesn't. So it still could go that road. I think they're going to do some more deep diving and get into the numbers and the nuance of pro expansion versus, not doing it, what that looks like. And that's the next phase. But he also talked about maybe even setting up European basketball, like another European NBA, as opposed to, maybe having a team or 2 over there. It'd be more like having a separate league, what that could look like. So basketball, really all sports, but basketball is always kind of looking in an aggressive way to help make the game better. I think that's something that David Stern was doing. Adam Silver certainly has taken the ropes from there. And maybe you don't like the cup tournament. Maybe you love the cup tournament, but they're trying it. They're trying different things. The play-in, I thought at first, I'm like, do we really need team 9 and 10? Like, what are we doing here? But it has added to it. It has helped curb tanking. We have more teams competing, more teams near 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 at the trade deadline, making trades to try to be buyers instead of sellers and go, yeah, let's go for it. Because the lottery system has been tweaked and there's no guarantee for having the worst record to get the best player. So I think the sport is trying. I think there's still a lot of greed. That's an obvious statement. I think that's everywhere in all walks of life and probably does a lot of damage to a lot of people in that sense. But they're trying to find that area that says, look, let's do the work. Let's see if expansion makes the most amount of sense. And we'll keep you informed on that. All right, 2 hours done, 2 hours to go. When we come back in the 8 o'clock hour, we went from one commissioner to another. Rob Manfred, America's favorite commissioner, was speaking a little bit and made some statements about baseball, where they are now, including some about the A's and their future, the Rays and their future, and baseball players playing in the Olympics in 2028. Sounds like a good idea, but how do they do it with the season going on? We've got that and more next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, daydreamer. Did we catch you thinking about your dreams? With Wells Fargo Premier, a team can help you plan for them. So let's imagine your biggest dream. Not the easy one, the one behind it. The one you work towards every day and every night. Can you see it? Then we can help you plan for it. Ready to start planning for your dreams? You can at wellsfargo.com/getpremier.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, For the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hobbit, a Hobbit Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Hobbit Employee Pricing Plus sales event?
Right now, you can get the family wherever you need to get them. When you save up to $17,000 off MSRP on the new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xEs. With the gas tax having gone up this month, that means you save even more at the pump with one of America's favorite hybrids.
What's happening at the giant Hobbit Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter?
Well, not only is Hobbit your one-stop shop for new Ram trucks, we are your pre-owned truck superstore. Right now, we have over 100 quality pre-owned trucks in stock. So whatever truck you're looking for, your perfect ride is waiting at Hobbit. Diesels, lifted trucks, 4x4s, Hemis, heavy duties. We have them all waiting for you.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory, new and used, at HobbitDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hobbit, period. 17,000 total net savings after 7,500 factory rebates and 9,500 dealer discounts. Rebates may include 2,500 2025 select inventory bonus cash, 500 first responder bonus cash for eligible first responders. Employee pricing for all included in dealer discount. VIN number 712678. See dealer for details.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports 1140.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are halfway through the week. Your week! So right now, I need every single listener on their feet. Callers, texters, YouTubers. Make some noise for Sacramento's favorite sports morning show. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, and the man behind the glass, Chris Ferrell.
Hey, you fresh? Get him going. Chris, I see your boxing routine. That's the boxing been going. Oh, amazing. Yeah? Getting better and better? It's a good workout, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a killer. The thing, like my cousin, he'll get me like 2 or 3 rounds doing something. It's like, oh yeah, I'm killing this. I'm feeling great. It's like, all right, let's go 10% harder. And I am just gassed out.
Yeah. But I mean, think about, you've been doing this for a couple months now. Like, think about where you are now compared to where you, I mean,
oh yeah.
Yeah. That's the cool thing about when you start something like
that. The first week I was second guessing myself.
Yeah. But now, do you look forward to it, or you also go like, oh man, this is gonna be tough today?
I look forward to it.
Oh, that's good. Looking forward to it.
Can't wait.
Here we are in our third hour of the show. Dave is back with us on Monday. Jason Ross, Chris Ferrell. Chris, we did get a question that I thought I would wait for here to ask you. Where was this? Oh yeah. All right. We talked about this earlier today. It's Will Ferrell's birthday. This from the 916 from JR in the Bay Area. Jason and Chris, would Will Ferrell and Jim Carrey work? That's a lot. Jim Carrey's a lot. Will Ferrell could be a lot though too.
Well, they were in Anchorman 2 together.
What, like the fight scene?
Yeah.
The random fight scene? But like a major movie, I don't know. I guess, right?
I want to see Will Ferrell as like a villain in a movie. I guess he was in Zoolander, but like in a comic book movie.
Yeah, I think it would work. Look, they're both talented. They're both funny. They're not for everyone, but if you like it, yeah, I think they could be in something. But we were talking about this the other, like, I don't feel like there's as many of those comedy movies being made lately.
No. Well, I think what's really weird is I think Netflix, like all these streaming services, have kind of hurt comedies, because comedies occasionally would make like big box office money. But a lot of the times it would be like, they might make their money back or they might lose money. And then they would be a cult classic to where they're making all of their money off of DVDs.
Right.
Well, DVD sales aren't nearly what they used to be. So now they're seeing like, and it's something that could become like, I think Popstar was one of those movies. It was like right as streaming was beginning. So it didn't do well in the movies, and it didn't do well like DVD sales. But a lot of people that have seen is like, this is a hilarious movie,
Yeah.
but not a lot of people got a chance to see it.
Yeah, like Adam Sandler.
Do yourself a favor and see Pop Star on Netflix.
Adam Sandler went through a run, and maybe he still is, where he was making like it seemed like a movie all the time on Netflix. And are those money making venture? I mean, they've got to be doing okay, but like not going. Maybe there's not the big budget that goes to a box office. Like, what's the difference in these that are going straight to streaming?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because there's more and more people doing them.
Like, how many
Is it
people are
productive?
getting Netflix that don't have Netflix now because of
a movie?
Happy
Yeah.
Gilmore?
And I know they've done a good. Yeah, Happy Gilmore is when, a couple weeks or soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming out soon. But like, yeah, see, that's a movie I would have wanted to see in the theater, Happy Gilmore 2, but it's going to be on Netflix. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, are people buying these subscription services strictly for a movie, or is like, oh, well, I have Apple TV, or I have Prime, or I have Hulu, whatever it is, and Netflix, and so I'm going to watch it anyway. Yeah, it's interesting how that all works.
Oh, and if you have Apple TV, check out The Studio.
I've heard good things. Didn't they
It
get
is
a ton of
nominees? Nominees.
Yeah.
And it is one of the funniest shows I've ever seen.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, I'm also like a movie guy and stuff like that, so a lot of it's like behind the scenes stuff, and it's almost got like a Veep type of feel to it, because it's just like, these people can't be this stupid, and they're running everything.
Yeah. I still haven't seen Veep. That's good too. That's been done, right?
Yeah, that is one of my favorite shows.
That was several seasons, right?
I'm gonna say 6.
Okay. And how long
there's
has it
like
been
a couple
done?
of gaps in between.
Okay. But it's been off for what?
It's one of
a couple years?
Yeah.
2 or 3?
It's one of those shows where like you can watch 1 or 2 seasons in a weekend.
And just catch up and just
Yeah.
go fast. Yeah. You on any shows right now? Besides what you just said?
No. I finished The Pit. The Pit was good.
Never even heard of that one.
It's on HBO. It's like life in a ER.
Oh.
It's from the guy that was on ER.
Okay.
So,
Noah Wiley?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I did hear good things about that too, actually.
And it's one of those things. So like, each episode is an hour long, or around an hour long, and it's an hour at the ER. So it's like almost in real time.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Have to check it out. Yesterday, last segment, we were talking about the NBA and their commissioner, Adam Silver, in the spot where, look, maybe cooling our jets here a little bit on expansion. Well, Rob Manfred, who I don't think is thought of very highly at all in a lot of circles, and has stepped into things in a lot of different ways. Chris, I thought he had some interesting things to say yesterday. We knew there was some early word about Sacramento and the A's being here, that back in May, remember when they were actually above 500, and like, wait a minute, do they have something here? Is this going to be a team that can they actually make the playoffs? Like, there were no expectations for this team to do anything and be very good. But shortly thereafter, they went on like a losing stretch of 20 of 21 and basically fell off the cliff and have not been in the playoff race since. But the thought back then was, hey, look, if Sacramento makes the postseason, we're probably not going to play the games there. I'm thinking, well, wait, you could play regular season games here. It seems like a city the team doesn't want to be here. At least ownership doesn't. The league is like, I don't know that we really want you there, but we don't want you in Oakland. Okay. We know you're allegedly going to Vegas, but you're not there yet. Well, yesterday, a couple different things on that front I found interesting. One, I guess Rob Manfred did reiterate, Chris, that if the Rays make it, which they can, they're much better chance than the A's. The Rays play in a 10,000 seat stadium, so a little bit larger than Sutter Health Park, but not much. They would be allowed to play their playoff games there. So one, you're always as good as your options. I don't know what kind of options they have, but they're going to allow the Rays to play home playoff games if they have it. The second part of what Rob Manfred said yesterday to a couple different people was that he says the A's will play in Sacramento until they go to Las Vegas. There's no thought of them moving, because there are some people saying earlier on, even reports like this might be a one-year thing, even with complaints about the mound, home plate, the media, the heat, everything that's been complained about.
They've got very lucky with the weather
this
far.
summer.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually saw a Kings season ticket holder in Vegas, and they said they're also an A's season ticket holder. And I said, yeah, I jumped in with a buddy this year, and I said, he's like, yeah, we're in the shade. I go, yeah, we actually have a pretty good spot too. We're in the shade for the day games, which is awesome. And I said, there's some sun at the beginning of the night games, but I said, to be honest, it's been hot a couple games, but I mean, we're July now, and it hasn't been as bad as people thought it would be, but it's also now July, and I'm not saying it won't be. So you're right, Chris. I would say at this point, it hasn't been a brutal summer, knocking on wood, because was it last year or the year before? I think we had like 22 days in a row over 100.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean it's not coming or it can't happen, or you're at the game that's 106 and you're like, this is awful. We haven't had it yet, but I like the fact.
Have you seen this week's weather?
No. I like last night, all of a sudden got windy, and I wouldn't say cold. Cold is not the right temperature, or not the right thought, but it was just weird last night. What's this week's weather?
It's like perfect.
I'm looking it up now. Yeah. Today high is 84.
Yeah.
90, 95, 95, 95. I mean, then it goes to 86, 84, 89. Man.
Well, I've got on Apple on Monday, the high is supposed to be 82.
Wow.
Which is
for late July now, like the July around the 20th. That's crazy. Absolute crazy.
I might want to go to the state fair.
Yeah. And that's what, people ask me. I just got back from Vegas for a few days and like, oh my gosh, was it so hot? Yeah, it was. But I think it's one of those things that when it gets to that temperature in Vegas, I think it was 111, you do your best to stay outside the least amount of time, right? You're walking into a casino, into the gymnasium at Thomas and Mack or Cox Pavilion. The walk from the Uber or a car to the gym is hot, but it's usually pretty quick. You get in and out of it and do the best you can. But I think where baseball is, I found that very, very interesting that Rob Manfred had said before that, hey, look, maybe and I think there were reports. I don't know that he claimed that, but there were reports that if the A's had made the playoffs, they would have to play somewhere else. They're not likely going to make the playoffs this year, but that doesn't mean they can't next year or the year after. And even if they're here for 3 more years, while Vegas continues to work on their stadium, that issue should just be like finalized and said, no, look, we're going to do this. And so when the A's go forward, I have heard a couple of different things about maybe the organization warming up to acknowledging Sacramento a little bit more in the future, which I think was a misstep on my opinion. Look, I think I know people that are going to games. I know the very, very first game that was held at Sutter Health Park that people went to, and they gave out like the bridge hat, the Tower Bridge hat in the green and gold colors of the A's, but it didn't say Sacramento on it, but it had the Sacramento feel. And that was the giveaway. It was a cool giveaway. I see a lot of people wear that to games, and other people I know have wanted to buy that from the team store or anything that had Sacramento attached to it. And I think that was a misplay, a money-making opportunity to have merch that people in this town, I think, would have purchased and still can if they do it next year. But, capitalize on that. We don't know how long they'll be here. And maybe it's a 3-year run. Maybe it's a 4-year run. Maybe there's more after that. I don't know. I'm not hanging on to that as hope, but you just don't know with costs going up, with times, with tariffs, whatever, all this stuff that's going on for everyone and out in Vegas. I will say, being there this time, I mentioned how there's more of an acknowledgement of the A's, but also there was more of a sentiment that Vegas has. And I think you brought this up, Chris. Didn't you hear some stats where it's slowed down as far as people going to visit Vegas here lately?
Yeah, it's not. Their economy is kind of taking a dip.
Yeah.
Which usually happens when the entire country is starting to do that. People can't afford to go on vacation, can't afford to spend money. Also, man, it is expensive in Vegas.
Yes.
That used to be like the place I would go to for like a cheap vacation.
That's not the case anymore. And it's like anywhere else. It's like, hey, look, we had it at this price. People are coming. Let's move it up. They did move it up. And most things in life aren't free, but can you find an area where you go, look, we've got a price point here that agrees with a lot of people. You can come here, you can play, like even something as simple as the betting limits. If you're a gambler in the casinos, you're going, man, the minimum card table is $25. I mean, I don't go back in my day, but what happened to the $5 tables? Oh, you can find them at Fremont Street. Even going over there, it's, some places you can find some cheaper tables, but it's just universally everything is more. And so, when you look at what baseball is trying to do as far as, they've lost their grasp on what, football has just gone way past them. Basketball is past them. Hockey is closing in, other sports, whether it's golf, racing, tennis, just different things. WNBA, the advertising dollar, the fan support, boxing, MMA, like just all this different stuff is out there. And it's always been out there, but baseball was always one of the top sports that was being consumed by viewers. And so people still go to games, people still watch them, but not to the same levels. And so now baseball's in a spot where, one, it's trying to promote its sport. It's got a great fan base. A great cast of stars right now. And last year you had the two biggest market teams, the Yankees and the Dodgers, in the World Series. And a lot of times we talk markets. This was another point that was brought up yesterday during the All-Star game that caught me by surprise. But like Francisco Lindor, who was a very good player for the then Cleveland Indians that turned into the Guardians, and goes over to the Mets, and this is the first time he's an All-Star as a Met. You're thinking, well, he's in a bigger market, he's going to get more exposure. I think more people know who he is. He's been in the MVP race, was the runner-up last year, and it's been like 5 years since he's made the All-Star team. And so that doesn't quite add up. It's like, hey, get these guys into bigger markets, and they'll become more of a household name. He might have become more of a household name, but he hadn't been an All-Star, which I thought was interesting. So the other part that I thought that came out of the conversations here that will be very intriguing for Rob Manfred and for baseball. But Rob Manfred brought up the fact that he is open to the possibility of Major League Baseball players playing in the Olympics. And to me, that statement in and of itself isn't like that grand of a statement. But where it becomes interesting is, one, the next Olympics will be in Los Angeles in 2028. Those Olympics are going to take place in either late July or early August. That is right in the heart of the Major League Baseball season. Now, I don't know if it's going to be a little bit like the NBA, where you give them like a 2-week camp and then they go. They don't have the same kind of timeline and practice time that, some of these other countries have. But I know I would be okay with seeing, Aaron Judge and, pick your baseball players, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, whatever it is, playing for Team USA, Jacob Wilson, trying to win a gold medal. Now, do you pause the baseball season? Do you keep the baseball season going? I'm trying to think. I remember in the WNBA when the Olympics came around, I think they paused the season. I don't know how else you would do it because, maybe the Olympic baseball tournament, Chris, might be a week, but you probably need at least one more week to get the team together and ready, I guess. Like, can you shut the baseball season down? Maybe you put it around the All-Star break, and if the guys aren't All-Stars, so there's already a little bit of time off. How do you think they're going to do the schedule and not take, the World Series into mid-November?
This is what the World Baseball Classic is supposed to be about. Like, I don't understand the obsession with getting American sports in the Olympics, like flag football.
Well, baseball didn't do. Baseball was put back in. It used to be in there. So.
Yeah, but it's been taken out and taken.
Yeah, and back in, and softball in and out. Yeah,
yeah. I think the the Olympics is supposed to be what is the best country in the world at this sport, which you can find out with the World Baseball Classic. So you're going to have now the World Baseball Classic and the Olympics is going to cut into the middle of the season for everybody.
Well, it gets back to the greed of every country, but certainly our country, and it goes back to basketball. It's like when we weren't winning basketball anymore, it's like, well, we can't send these college kids. Our best players are in the NBA. True. So, like, if we send non-Major League Baseball players and lose, I'm okay with it, but a lot of people wouldn't be like, well, I want the best of the best. Or, for that matter, if the Olympic baseball is going on, but the Dodgers are playing the Yankees at the same time or whatever, like, why wouldn't I watch the best baseball versus Olympic baseball?
See, this is where soccer is on a whole other level. Like, nobody gives a crap about the Olympics.
They don't. But
at the same time, the Euros are happening as the Olympics, and that is the soccer tournament to watch and not the Olympics one.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons is because of it's only under 23 in the Olympics. But at the same time, soccer has done such a good job of, no, we'll put on our own tournament and do it better.
No, I know, but okay, let me see if I have this right. When the World Cup is happening, is any other soccer going on?
No.
That's the point. So, like, if the Olympics are going on and Major League Baseball is also, Olympic baseball is happening and Major League Baseball is playing, why am I watching Olympic baseball? You have to shut it all down.
Yeah.
So, like, the World Cup is going on and the Republic are playing. It's like, yeah, I like the Republic, but the best soccer is happening right now in the World Cup.
Well, yeah, and now that I say that out loud, yeah, I guess MLS is going on because MLS's schedule is different from.
But don't they lose
else.
some of their players?
They lose a few of them.
Yeah,
but I think they just keep the season going.
I think they keep going.
Yeah.
That might be one that does. So, I
then,
don't
like,
know
how great is your league then if you've got your best players leaving and you're still carrying on?
Well, I think you'd have a lot of players leaving because it's not just Team USA. I mean, you got people representing other countries all over Major League Baseball. So I think this is where the trick will happen. And I don't know that you need, and you're right, you've got the World Baseball Classic, which I thought they set up and became a pretty good thing. But so if you had the Olympics, the World Baseball Classic, and regular baseball, I don't know. I mean, they're not all going to happen at the same time. Do you feel like a lot of people watch the World Baseball Classic? I guess would be the question. And I think some did. Some didn't. Some weren't as interested. I think the Olympics just has a name behind it, history behind it, a draw to it. I still think more people get involved in country over maybe anything there. But is that stronger than your current team? But I think it's also part of the draw. Is like, oh wow, cool. Like I said, Mookie Betts is playing with Aaron Judge, and that kind of thing.
I think the Olympics have become such a scam and just this huge money making effort. And like, they just come into these cities and just take control of them and do whatever they want and just suck out as much money as possible, as they possibly can. And people are picking up on it to such a point where the Olympics are like, yeah, let's get NFL players so people will watch that. Let's get baseball players so people will watch it. Like, these players aren't going to be getting paid what they should be getting paid. And there's they still have the idea of the
country
of the amateur athlete.
Yeah, it's weird though. But like the Paris, like what we just had, I think Team USA basketball, men's and women's, gave us some of the highlights of the Olympics. Like that whole run that Team USA, they were favored. They were supposed to win, though it was close. What Steph Curry did in that final game that was awesome. That was incredible theater. Incredible. Women's too, that came down to the end. That was really, really impressive. So I don't know how they sorted it out. I don't know if Edward wants to talk about this. Let's see what Edward has to say at 916-339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Edward, good morning. How are you?
Well, good morning, guys. Wouldn't the simple answer be to put baseball in the Winter Olympics? Because then it would occur usually probably during spring training.
Mm-hmm.
If you had the Winter Olympics in the mountains of Utah, you'd play baseball down in the Utah Stadium. And then any players who want to play, instead of going to spring training, can do that.
Yeah, what's interesting, I think and thank you, Edward, you got a little bit of a breaking up phone there, but I don't know. I think now we're going back to tradition, right? Baseball has been a summer sport. Could you put it in the Winter Olympics? I guess so. But then now you're just catering to Major League Baseball players. right?
I mean, they do that for basketball? Basketball's not a summer sport.
Well, I guess so. I guess you're right. I mean, but to me, traditionally, I think of winter sports as stuff that you're doing on ice in cold. I mean, I guess you're in a closed arena for the NBA, so you don't know. There could be snow outside, and there is during part of the season. I don't know. Basketball is a little bit of a crossover. Does it start in the fall? Yeah, basketball starts in the fall, technically, goes through the winter, and then is in the spring. So it hits 3 seasons and never quite gets to the summer until you get to Summer League. But in that case, though, you would have to have it probably in domes, like in stadiums, which you could. That would alleviate Major League Baseball's issue, but I think it's been listed as a summer sport, and that's where it's listed. And to play, I think part of the draw, too, is, and this is where you get back to the greed, but showing off, and it's in America, in LA, in 2028, and it's probably thinking, let's have, and maybe there's some chatter from the players like, hey, look, I'd like to play in the Olympics. I'd like to win a gold medal. That's something I've never won before. So that could be part of it too. They'll figure it out if they're really serious about it, and how they'll do the scheduling. Maybe they start a week earlier. Maybe they go a week longer, have a 2-week gap where they're off. And we'll see the ramifications of all that. But if they want to get Major League Baseball players in there, they will get Major League Baseball players in there. All right, when we come back, the Kings are playing in just about 4 hours from now. They're trying to go to 4-0 in Summer League play. They play the Cavs. We'll talk a little bit about what the Kings have done and what to expect for today. That when we come back here on Sacktown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday. Out the door to a cooler start. Delta breeze, yeah, you feel that as we head through the afternoon. That's going to keep us a touch cooler today. Expect daytime highs in the mid to upper 80s with plenty of sunshine and the occasional breeze. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
At Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. Whether you purchase a new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, Elk Grove Honda has the right Honda at the right price. In the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Aloha! Dreaming of sandy beaches and ocean breezes? JTV's Tropical Treasure Sweepstakes could make that dream come true. Enter for your chance to win a fabulous Hawaiian getaway for 2 with luxury accommodations, airfare, and spending cash. Plus, just for entering, get $30 off your next qualifying JTV purchase of at least $99 when you opt in for emails. Don't miss out. Visit jtv.com/sweeps and enter by August 3rd. JTV, where paradise awaits.
The San Francisco Giants are grown here, right here with the Sacramento River Cats. Catch the future stars of Giants Black and Orange at Sutter Health Park. Don't miss the action. Get your tickets now at rivercats.com.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal. You should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990.
820-9990 now. The Hagen Oaks Cutting Edge Putter Fitting Studio offers you more technology, more choices, and more service. Hagen Oaks wants to be your go-to total golf game fitter. With $30,000 worth of state-of-the-art technology ready for your fitting, Hagen Oaks will help you make your best putting stroke while finding the best putter design, shape, hosel, length, and loft for your game. Schedule your fitting at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for more.
People are coming from all over to Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, from Folsom, Elk Grove, Woodland, Roseville, because they've seen for themselves the huge selection and the best prices at SacSuperstore.com. Good luck finding a lower price anywhere else. And if you do, they'll match it. It's as simple as that. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where a handshake still means something. Open until 10 o'clock and centrally located right across from Hagen Oaks Golf Course. And online at SacSuperstore.com. The guaranteed lowest price and the best selection of Dodge, Chrysler, Jeeps, and Rams. SacSuperstore.com.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with the special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Averyana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo.
Sponsored by Trex Racing Cage, Chicken Fingers, and Naturewood Home Furnishings. Tickets at catpfest.com.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
You know, we're a few months away from Kings Rewind, Chris, but we haven't done any Summer League Kings Rewinds. And I don't know. There's probably a demand for it.
Maybe the Kings are in the championship game.
That's right. We were just talking during the break about, there's some potential time off in the future. And you had mentioned one maybe you might have in November. I'm like, Kings Rewind. And you're like, oh, don't worry. It'll be taken care of, which is good.
I've got almost like a Rolodex of sound now to where.
You don't want to put it in someone else's hands, though, do you?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I did. The one that was the wildest one was when I was up in Portland for the Kings game.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming back to the Airbnb.
Yeah, because I gave you the script, and then you're like, all right, use these cuts. Or I forget how we did that, but.
I took my computer with me, and I had like my sounds that I had already saved. I might have even given Kyle like, hey, grab this from this.
Okay. Pulled it all off. Text line 209. Anyone excited for Happy Gilmore 2? Yeah, I am. I'll watch it.
I'm really excited.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one, my guy MJF is playing one of Adam Sandler's sons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, sure. Why not? We were talking earlier about the A's and the temperature so far this summer hasn't been so bad. Someone said August and September will make up for it. It might. I'm not going to say it won't, but it definitely might. All right, the Kings. They're playing today. Kings at 12:30. Sacramento Kings will be taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs are 2-1. Kings are 3-0. Kings need to stay undefeated because the way Summer League works, they take the top 4 teams with the best record, and they will move on to the Final Four. And the Final Four will have a little championship bracket, and then if you win the first game, then you're in the championship, and you win that one, you move on, and you win the Summer League title for a third time if you're the Sacramento Kings. The other remaining, 26 teams will all play one more game, a fifth game. Those don't count for any of the seedings, but so it's the top 4. So let's kind of look where we are right now as we speak with a couple hours before tip-off. The undefeated teams, the teams that are in play for the Final Four at the moment include Atlanta, Toronto, Minnesota, San Antonio, the Clippers, Charlotte Hornets, the Thunder, and your Sacramento Kings. So those are the 8 undefeated teams. Tomorrow, the Spurs and Charlotte play. So one of them will get to 4-0 and one of them will lose. And then the rest are not playing undefeated teams. So some might lose. We got to see where it all goes. The next tiebreakers, they've got head-to-head. They've got total points or point differential. So right now, if we did point differential of the teams that are undefeated, the 8 teams, Let's see if the Kings would get in. Charlotte. No, excuse me. The Raptors would be first. The Spurs would be second. The Thunder would be third. And then Sacramento would sneak in as fourth. So today, look, first and foremost, the goal for the Sacramento Kings is to stay healthy, compete like they've been competing, do all the right things out there, get more reps for the important guys, and try to win the game. Now, if you can do all of that and it's under your control, then you might try to win by as much as possible. I'm not saying run it up, but look, point differential is a factor. I'm assuming they would like to play and push guys through a tournament setting of 2 more games and kind of, to whatever level of pressure that is in Summer League, probably pretty minimal. But the experience of going through what would be perceived as a more important game than you played before. So that's what you want, kind of equivalent to a playoff type run here. So that's what we look for today. Again, that game is at 12:30. And we asked this question earlier, and I thought we got good responses too from our YouTube and certainly our text line about, of the current players that are on this Summer League roster, which of them give you the most confidence they'll be able to contribute to the big club next year? And my answer, if you missed it earlier, was Nick Clifford. I think he has the least question marks in his game compared to Carter, Reynaud, Isaac Jones, who's playing on the Summer League squad that played last year a little bit, the two-way guys in Cardwell and Stevens. I would say Nick Clifford has the most well-rounded, well-adjusted Swiss Army knife is what they call him game. I think it's there. I think there are minutes to be had potentially in the front court for Reynaud. And then Devin Carter is kind of always on a constant evaluation, whether it's with the Kings. Scott Perry didn't draft him, so he's watching and learning about him more. Doug Christie is watching and learning about him more. And then you look at it from a situation where, you look at it where, Carter also may be playing for eyeballs from other teams, if he's involved in a trade idea or a concept from another team. It's like, look, we've seen him in the Summer League. We like what we've seen. We know there were some question marks last year. Probably should have gone higher in the draft, but his injury concerns. Then he had the surgery. And so a lot of people hadn't seen him in a while. And I would say after that first game, so far so good, right? He's been the right kind of aggressive. I still think of him as an off-the-ball guard. Defensively, he's got it. Like, defensively, he's there. And if this team, according to Scott Perry, Doug Christie, really wants to focus and feature more aggressive defensive type players, well, then there should be minutes to be had for Devin Carter. But how are his minutes different than Keon Ellis? Two guys that defend pretty well and have some question marks to their offensive game. Not entirely, but some. How do they differ? Then how do you get Monken and Schroeder, who's been picking up 94 feet? That's the adjustment that Doug Christie is going to have. And then Scott Perry is showing some patience right now in the fact that, yeah, you might have some duplication, might have some veterans that other teams would want. But unless you get the deal that makes the most sense for your team, you don't just trade just to trade. Like, you can't feel like you're getting the wrong end of a deal if you're the Kings, a team that has missed the playoffs 18 of 19, 19 of 20 years, whatever it is. So to me, the Kings, I want to see the overall kind of that fire again. I thought the last game, man, they were getting after it. The amount of pressure they continue to put on, and then the guys at the deeper bench that haven't really played yet at all, they kept that up. But the tone was set early on by the starters of that game. And so Sacramento's done a nice thing here in the Summer League. And, you've got a team that has averaged, 95 points, given up 83. It's been a good mix. And I think Doug Christie and Scott Perry and the coaching staff that's been watching every game and been at practices and watching these guys work out, they keep learning things each and every day about the entirety of this roster. And those are all helpful things to learn, to go through and process. And we'll see how they do today, coming up at 12:30, which I miss being there. It was fun being at the games. You get a little bit of a different vibe. I know the last game, good Sacramento contingent there, getting the Light the Beam chants going at the end of the night, and we'll see what it's like today. I will say Summer League peaks probably in the first weekend, so they moved it up a day. It was Thursday. That was a little bit slower just because I think people were used to coming in on a Friday. Then Friday, Saturday, up into Sunday was probably the peak time, and now you can just see kind of by the game. It's just dropping a little bit as far as the fan overall interest at each and every game. All right, when we come back, let's get into who's hot. Let's find out who's not. We'll do that and so much more coming up here on Sacktown Sports.
Visit SacktownSports.com and join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter.
More fiber and laxatives, eh? Who are you? I'm Future You. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Hi, Sacramento. It's the No Surprise guys at Bell Brothers Plumbing and Air Conditioning. Need a new water heater? Call Bell Brothers. Need drain or sewer work? Call Bell Brothers. Need a free plumbing estimate? Call Bell Brothers. We don't guess at plumbing and drain problems. We use advanced camera inspections and diagnostics to identify the issues. We're fast, reliable, and respect your time by showing up when we say we will. Our technicians are all background checked, drug tested, and will leave the work area cleaner than they found it. The price we quote is the price you pay. We are the No Surprise guys, with more technicians, more trucks, and more experience. We get the job done right the first time. No surprises. Don't wait. Call Bell Brothers today for a free plumbing estimate or book online at nosurpriseguys.com. That's nosurpriseguys.com.
The summer sell down is on at Maida's Elk Grove Chevy. Save $4,250 off MSRP. Every new 2025 Colorado, C71, CR2, and Trail Boss in stock. And Maida Chevy saves you $3,000 off MSRP. Every new 2025 Trax in stock. $4,250 off new Colorado. $3,000 off Trax. Exclusively at the Maida Chevy Supercenter. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Current cost of Gold Star business or Tempe member. Not available with other offers.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
How far do you hit your 7-iron? The answers will tell you which tees to play, according to Josh Sens in Golf Magazine. Deep down, you know you shouldn't be playing from the tips, but it's common for golfers to play from too far back. Aside from higher scores, rounds become a grind and golf becomes much less fun. After several years of research, the USGA unveiled a new data-driven offering to find the proper tees called Best Tees. If you know how far you hit your 7-iron, Best Tees will tell you which tee boxes to play. A typical male golfer should be playing from 6,100 yards and a typical female golfer from 4,400 yards. Most players have a good idea of their 7-iron distance, with average male's distance of 138 yards and average females of 100 yards. Throw out the occasional perfect shot, which travels more than those distances, and concentrate on your average. This will allow you to reach the vicinity of most greens in regulation and let you hit a variety of clubs on approach shots. Leave your ego at home and give it a chance. You'll have more fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
what's hot.
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not.
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
All right, Chris. What do you got? Who's hot?
The Detroit Tigers.
Okay.
They got the best record in baseball. They are 59-38 for the season.
Yeah.
They also had 6 players representing them in the All-Star Game.
They were hogs. I tell you. Yeah, it felt like when they were announcing the teams yesterday, the reserves specifically, and they're going through each team and positions. It felt like there were 8 million pitchers. Like a pitcher for the San Diego Padres, blah, blah, blah. A pitcher for the San Diego. I'm like, how many pitchers do the Padres have here? But the Tigers, the same. A lot of pitchers. Good for the Tigers. I'm like that they're having that kind of dream season so far. Let's see if they pay that off come postseason time. So if they're hot, got to find out who's not.
Tigers All-Stars.
Uh-oh.
The 2025 Tigers are the first team in Major League Baseball history to have 6 or more players in the All-Star game, but have none of them get a hit at the plate or toss a scoreless outing on the mound.
Oopsie. So their hitters didn't get it done. Top of the lineup was Gleyber Torres and Riley Green. They went a combined 0 for 5. Anybody else play? Okay, then you get the pitchers. Tarek Skubal. He went the first inning, gave him 3 hits, 2 earned. Did strike out 2. And a few other guys came in and pitched. Yeah, they had a tough day. But I look at the score. It was 6-6. Who won? We had a tie. Tie alert. Chris, why didn't you send me that last night? Usually you send me the siren and the tie alert.
Oh, that's just for the NFL.
Just in NFL? Because
I like regular season ties.
I hate them. We would be fun watching a football game at like a sports bar together. It's like,
oh yeah. Wow. Oh, people absolutely hate me watching games at the bar.
Really?
Yeah. Because I cheer for my fantasy football players.
Well, that's that. Why is that? That's probably normal. Or is the bar crowd one of the teams?
So someone was just like, this will sound familiar to you. Someone was just frustrated with me by the way I was cheering because I think it was my tight end.
Hello.
Got a catch running towards the end zone. I'm like, go, go, go. And he gets tackled at like the 3. And then so the next play is a handoff. Yeah. So no, like the next play is a handoff. And I'm like, stop him, get him, tackle him.
Like, wait, you were just cheering for the one guy, but not the other guy.
Yeah.
Well, you and I are similar in the NFL. That we're kind of more fantasy football than having a primary team.
Yeah. I find it. The NFL, I have a tough time.
With picking a team or what?
Just being for
anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you ever have a team, really?
When I was a kid, it was the Niners.
Okay.
But like, it's one of those things of like, okay, they get the players that you like, then they get rid of them. Then the new players that you like, they get rid of. Like, no one ever stays.
Honestly, how different? I don't know the answer to this. How different is that like for Man City? You guys were on the team for years?
Yeah. They've actually been pretty lucky to where.
Is that common or are they abnormal?
Like if you're one of the best, you're trying to get to like a Real Madrid, but like Manchester City's become one of those spots to where like there's nowhere higher for you to go. So that is rare, especially lately. Like they've had some of the best players in the world stay there for 8, 9, 10 years.
Okay, so you get very comfortable seeing them. But like if Real Madrid offered them or some sort of
they're in a spot to where they don't need money. Okay. So it's one of those things. If they want to keep a player around, they're going to keep a player.
Who's their best player now at the moment?
Now, Erling Haaland.
Oh yeah.
Blonde, you know that name.
Blonde in the ponytail?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's their best player?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It was Kevin De Bruyne, but he's moved on to Napoli.
Oh, now, so why did that happen?
He's older, going in a different, he's had some health problems.
In a different direction.
He's had health problems. so he hasn't been able to be 100% fit on the field.
So we don't have Kevin De Bruyne.
They do in Napoli.
They do it there?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I'm good with it.
You are?
Yeah. Because it's one of those, it's not his fault. If he wanted to stay, if the team wanted him to stay, he would have stayed.
Is there anybody that left your team that you were mad at? And why?
James Milner. And it wasn't even I was upset that he left. It's when he left, it was the things that he said and did.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Yes.
Okay. Just trying to
like he didn't win a Premier League with Liverpool and he's like, this is the best team I've ever played with. Like you won several Premier Leagues with Manchester City.
Just kind of jab.
He's like, I'm leaving Manchester City because I don't want to be a defensive player. And then when he gets to Liverpool, he's a defensive player. So it's like,
what are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
Talking just to talk. Gotcha. All right. I'm just trying to gauge and see what it's like there. So there's who's hot. There's who's not. Also, who's hot, I guess, is Carmichael Dave. He was in the chat. Did you see him there?
I did.
He popped in. I think he might have popped out here, but he had to check in. We had just commented on, like, it's been a while since we've heard from Dave. I wonder.
Good for him. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, we're like, he's staying on vacation, but nope, he had to pop in, talk to the fans here for a little bit, and then I think he's out. So, there you go. And I know he was worried about. He was talking about the weather where he is. I think he's on the California coast. It's nice and hoodies and. Overcast, which is the kind of weather you and he like.
But California beach boardwalk.
Yeah. But here
in the warm California sun.
He's not getting the warm California sun here as much today and this week. So would have been a good time for him to be here, and then he could go there at another time. But anyway, Dave will be back with us next week. And unfortunately tomorrow, so normally tomorrow and tomorrow's show, Thursdays at 8, or in this case 9 with the Summer League last week, we'd have Sam Amick. But no Sam this week. Sam is with his family, and they're
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
While on vacation. Man, Sam, be respectful. So no Sam this week. We will have Kelly Brothers coming your way tomorrow, and we'll have a reaction to the Kings, and they're going to play at 12:30. The cool part about that is that'll be during the Allen Styles show and then into the Drive guys, and I know they'll have their reactions about what they're seeing out there. I believe, do you know this, Chris? I believe Draper is still out there.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I thought he said he was going to be there through the duration. So if
that's too much Vegas.
That's a lot of Vegas. Got to pace yourself. And Draper is a little bit like me in the sense that he, of the people that I knew that went there, Draper's one that likes to hit the tables a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's his game?
He was playing blackjack, and so when I saw him once, I said, all right, I'll come back down. And then the next time I saw him, he's like, yeah, I've had a rough night. I'm like, oh, man, all right, well, come back over here if you're if I'm still here, if you're still want to come back and play. But he was like, I got to pace myself because that was at the very front end of his trip.
I know you don't really pay attention to craps, but I've seen like electric craps there where you get like dice and there's like a table, but there's no, I think there's only one dealer.
Okay.
And
Are they called
everything's
dealers
like
for craps?
electronic. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I'm leery of the automated games like that. Not slots, even though I should be. I mean, I play slots, but of the automated blackjack or the automated crap, roulette. I don't know. I feel like it can be controlled by the computer.
Yes.
Whereas blackjack, look, it doesn't mean you win every hand, but you're getting cards that are coming.
They got the electric shufflers. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but that's why I play out of the shoe.
Okay.
If I can. And they had the electric shufflers almost everywhere, but if I could find a table that had the shoe where it's like what? They have like 6 decks, 8 decks in there. I don't know what they have. It's not about the counting cards. It's about, okay, good. I can play for a while here before they have to shuffle up and deal a new shoe in there. So, yeah, there's a system to all of it. I think everybody's got their own. And we got to go play again, Chris. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Since we've gone out there and taken over a table and dominated.
I think the last time I went to Thunder Valley was with Sean Cunningham.
But without me, right?
Yeah. We saw Tom Segura.
Oh, okay. At the venue?
Yeah.
How's the venue, by the way?
The venue is gorgeous.
Okay, everybody who has been there has said that. I haven't been there yet. They all rave about the venue.
It's crazy because when you've seen the outside of it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
I saw it being built. I haven't been out there in a while.
Well, it's sort of larger, but when you go in, that's basically like mid-level because it sinks in and it's huge.
So you can go up or down when you get in.
Yeah.
Oh wow. And it seats, what is that, about 3,000 to 4,000?
I want to say like maybe 8 to 9.
Is it? I'm gonna look that up. That seems high. You think it's that big?
It's huge, and like the seats are really nice. Unless, Sean and I were in this row that was just okay.
Yeah,
that was just like fold out seats that were just like all crammed together. So there's just like this group of us with just our shoulders all
tight. Yeah, but Tom Segura is funny. Did he put on a good show?
Oh yeah,
he's funny. Well, good. I'm glad you did that. We'll have to do that again sometime soon. That's for sure. All right, still to come. We do have a fight.
Maybe we go there on Naked Gun Day.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing we've got to settle because we all agreed that it's me, you, Dave, and Sean going to see Naked Gun, and others can come if they'd like. But Sean does a lot of his work later. We work earlier. I mean, we could go to a theater like right after the show now that we know that movies are being played so early.
The earliest we could go to, there's one at 10:05, which we'd have to rush.
Yeah, I don't like that because you'd miss previews.
Yeah.
I would already want to be there.
And the next one, I believe, is at 1:15.
You already know this?
Yeah.
It's listed for, it's 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
Wow. What's happened? Why would there be that big of a gap? Oh, it's only in one theater.
Well, they haven't. It's one of those things. It's so far out. They haven't decided how many screens yet. Gotcha. So at least this one screen. Ooh, together. Sorry.
So, what do you mean together? What?
Oh, that's
together?
that's the movie that I want to see. That's coming out.
All right. Well, I'm thinking matinee. What about you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just got to get Sean over there. Get him. Wake him up to get him over there. That's for sure. All right. Next hour, final hour. Coming up in this final hour, we will check in with our guy, Alan Stiles. We'll have some crosstalk and celebrity birthdays today. We already mentioned it's Will Ferrell's birthday. No time to cheat, but we'll see how you guys do there. We will have What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. And when we come back, it is a night that has kind of been created by ESPN, the ESPYs. They are celebrating some of the top moments of the year. We'll look through those categories, try to decipher what we think. Not necessarily who's going to win the ESPYs, but in our opinion, what was the best moments or athletes and so on and so forth of the year. We will do that when we return right here on Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hobbit, a Hobbit Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Hobbit Employee Pricing Plus sales event?
We're going all in on Ram this month with not just employee pricing, but huge emphasis on the plus. You can only get at Hobbit. Right now, save up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 2025 Ram 1500 crew cabs.
What about those hard-to-find Ram heavy duties?
If you're looking for something bigger, save up to $13,500 off MSRP on the hard-to-find brand new 2025 heavy-duty Ram 2500s and 3500s, with 500 new Rams available.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobbitDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet. period. 16,000 total net savings on select new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn after 6,500 factory rebates and 9,500 dealer discounts. Rebates may include 2,500 SFS bonus cash. Must finance with Stellantis. 1,000 trade-in assist with eligible trade-in. 500 on-the-job upfit. Must show eligible upfit. 13,500 total net savings on select new 2025 Ram 2500 Limited after 4,000 factory rebates and 9,500 dealer discounts. Rebates may include 2,500 select inventory bonus cash and 500 on-the-job upfit. Must show eligible upfit. At least 5 at each net savings. Employee pricing included in dealer discounts. See dealer for details.
This very minute at the Hagen Oaks driving range, you'll find fun gaming on all 52 Top Tracer screens where golfers and newbies enjoy the fun together. Compete against friends at the Hagen Oaks driving range or play 9 holes on the McKenzie putting course. Enjoy the summer-long free concert schedule and visit the Hangout Eats and Drinks for wood-fired pizzas, burgers, ice cream, and more. Or relax with a beverage. It's happening all summer long at the Hagen Oaks driving range, nightly until midnight. Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
The Giant Summer Sale is here. Get giant savings on our giant selection only at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save during the Honda Summer Event and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. See all our specials at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop. Buckle up, racing fans! Adrenaline is back in full blast on July 19th. It's chaos, carnage, and crazy fun with boat trailer racing and more at the Stockton 99 Speedway on July 19th. Don't miss the madness. Tickets starting at just $15. Get yours today at StockTon99.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco!
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right, welcome in. Final hour here on this Wednesday. Good morning to one and all here on July 16th. We've enjoyed our show today, talking a lot, just kind of reset some of the topics we were talking about earlier before we get into our final hour here. Yesterday gave us the All-Star Game, a unique finish, a first ever finish, in where we had the swing off to crown the All-Star champion, whether it's going to be the National League or the American League. Quite a comeback, by the way. Lost in it. I mean, to me, amongst the highlights of the night, Atlanta looked good. The showcase for Atlanta, Acuna getting love, Freddie Freeman in his return, the ovation they gave to Kershaw, Matt Olson, all the Braves, Fried coming back, getting love, Chris Sale. Like, that was all great. I love that. If you didn't see the tribute to Hank Aaron's 715th home run, the way Major League Baseball in Atlanta and the stadium did that was awesome. That was really, really cool. Just do yourself a favor. I think it's a minute and a half, 2 minutes. I don't know how long it was, but not very long. But you can just go back and watch the way they shut the lights out, projected the images onto the field, did the play-by-play, the voices of you could hear Vin Scully, who was on the call for the Dodgers. I don't remember who the Braves announcer was at the time, but you just hear the different people describing it. You heard from Hank Aaron in it, a recorded piece. When they show the home run, basically when it happens, then you see like equivalent of like a firework that's shot from home plate towards the spot where he hit the home run. They have a beam lighting down to acknowledge where the home run went at 7:15 at the end of the whole thing. Really, really cool. The wired for sound, I thought was awesome. Others have said they thought it was weird, but I loved it. I know the showcase, the automated balls and strikes and the challenges, I thought that worked perfectly. And then I'm going to give credit to the broadcast, to the players, because I thought they had the perfect combination of competing, of showcasing the sport, of having fun, and it was a great tone. And the NBA hasn't been able to find that, and I think a lot of people get frustrated every February with the All-Star Game. They go, "This is a joke. This is not what I want to see." And it's like, okay, we got to realize you don't want to get anybody hurt. You want to put some of the best against one another and see what you can get out of it. You want to keep it true to your sport. So the All-Star Game, I mean, look, Paul Skeens is throwing 100. He's trying to strike out Aaron Judge. These guys are bringing it and trying to not, I don't want to say embarrass, but, hold up their end of the bargain to being an All-Star. And so, like, Tarek Skubal, who's a great pitcher, gave up 2 runs in his only inning. Like that, I'm sure for him, he didn't feel great about that. But, look, he was still trying to get people out. Gave up a couple of weak hits at the beginning and then a bigger hit by Marte, and then all of a sudden there's 2 runs. So the National League is just cruising right along. 3-run, 5-run, 6-run lead, ultimately after Alonso's 3-run home run. The American League just starts to chip away a little bit. Then Brent Rooker hits a 3-run home run. It's like, wait, they're back in this game. They ultimately get to the 9th inning, and they get one more run needed to tie it at 6-6. And the National League could not score in the bottom of the 9th. So for the first time ever, we got to a swing off. And we had never seen that happen before. It had never taken place. And I thought the rules were good. I didn't know if it was going to be like one swing for one player on each team. The way they set it up, it was 3 players selected by the manager. And I don't know. It didn't sound like it was that predetermined ahead of time. I think they were basically taking players that were currently in the game, because there were some reports, too, that some guys, like you saw Tarek Skubal come out there later, and he's like in street clothes. He had showered him. He had pitched hours ago. And maybe even some of the other guys left. So maybe note to the players and or managers like, hey, if you want someone in the swing off at the end, stick around. But it gave us some pretty cool moments, and here's how it finished.
Aranda slices a fly ball to left center field, headed towards the wall, but short, and the National League wins it in the first swing off. Kyle Schwarber wins it, going 3 for 3. And the National League, after watching a 6-0 lead disappear in the game, still win this All-Star Game with a swing off.
Yeah, so they got it done. The swing off happened, but Schwarber ended up, after Rooker hit a couple, Schwarber ended up being the star of the night.
Schwarber in the air to center field, headed towards the wall, and dead center. That's huge for the National League. They're within 1. So there you go. He said if he could get it on his first swing, and he did. Oh, Schwarber's in the All-Star Game. Oh, tied at 3.
That's MVP material if he gets the 3rd one right here.
AL rallied in the game. NL has rallied in the swing. With the hat trick. Look out, Chop House. National League takes the lead 4-3.
Yeah, pretty clutch by Kyle Schwarber. I don't know that it should have earned him the MVP. I know Schmaltz said that. Schmaltz also predicted, he said, look, if he gets that first one, he might hit 3, and he did. Incredible. I love the reaction of his teammates, of the opposing team. It was just cool. Good night for baseball. Schwarber ends up getting the National League MVP.
The Ted Williams MVP to tonight's winner. It's Phillies superstar Kyle Schwarber, everyone. Well, you made some history. What was it like to participate in that?
It was interesting. Exciting, fun. There's a lot of guys who deserve this, but I'm happy that it's going home with us to Philly.
Take me through when your thought process. Was it once you got one, do you just get red hot like a 3-point shooter? What was your thought process going in, knowing you only had 3 swings?
Oh, man. Just trying to not hit a home run, I guess. Just trying to stay short, because if I would have tried to hit a home run, I would probably hit my guys over there. But just happy that it worked out for us, and the National League's going home with the win.
You got a great reception, though. Guys were jumping on you. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. And the guys were really into it, and they were yelling, screaming, cheering me on every swing, and then that last one goes over. They were all pumped. It was a lot of fun.
It was fun to watch, I got to tell you. Other than that, what was your favorite moment of the last couple of days?
I mean, I think just being here and just having conversations with a lot of guys. You got a lot of guys who have been doing it for a long time, doing it great for a long time, and then you got a lot of young guys coming up who are going to be special in this game for a long time. So having those conversations and having fun with them and just seeing these guys go out here and compete.
Was it the weirdest thing ever to get like an ovation in Atlanta? Doesn't happen for a Philly too often.
No, but you know what? It was exciting. It was fun. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, really cool. Here we go. What a performance. A home run winner here. Kyle Schwarber, the Phillies in the National League, gets the W. Congrats, Kyle.
All right. That was last night in Major League Baseball. I thought overall, again, like I said, great show by Major League Baseball. So kind of that ties into where we're going here. And Chris, I'll want your help on this one because tonight it's the ESPYs. I wish they could have our guy, RIP, Norm Macdonald, hosting it because he was the best host ever of the ESPYs. Trying to think there. Do you remember any other ESPY hosts that stick out to you? Trying to think of who else they've had.
Did Justin Timberlake do it one year?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and I found the list here. Oh, man. Serena Williams. There was no host for the writer strike in 2023. Steph Curry, Anthony Mackie, Russell Wilson, Megan Rapinoe, and Sue Bird all did it in 2020. Tracy Morgan, Danica Patrick, Peyton Manning, John Cena, Joel McHale, Drake, John Hamm, Rob Riggle, Seth Meyers did it 2 years in a row. Samuel L. Jackson has done it 4 times. Justin Timberlake, Jimmy Kimmel and LeBron James, Lance Armstrong, Matthew Perry, Jamie Foxx has done it twice. Jimmy Smits, Norm Macdonald, Jeff Foxworthy, Tony Danza, John Goodman.
Tony Danza.
And the very first 2 were hosted by Dennis Miller.
Ugh, awful.
Dennis Miller to John Goodman, Tony Danza, Jeff Foxworthy, Norm Macdonald. Anyway, this year it will be.
It's such a stupid concept.
It is.
It's so dumb.
It is. But with that being said.
Hey, what is the best baseball team of 2024?
Well, and that's the thing. Okay, so I'm going to go over some of the categories. And, like, I already think it's, like, this is an exhausting debate. Like, if we just said, all right, open up the phone lines and say, who's the GOAT? Michael Jordan or LeBron or whatever other basketball player? Think about how hard that one can be. And maybe it's not for some, and maybe that's the wrong example. But the people that would defend Michael Jordan, be pretty easy how they would do it. The people that would defend LeBron James, sometimes it's like you're ripping the other player. So, but now when you're talking about different sports, the very first category that's listed here, Chris, is best athlete in men's sports. Okay. Is it the best year of that these guys had? They're basically looking at MVPs of different sports. But how would you pick between these 4? So if I gave you a ballot and you're saying the best athlete, and the ballot read Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, Shohei Ohtani, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They're all phenomenal, but like, what are we talking about here? With the best year, like even then, all right, Josh Allen won the MVP but didn't win the Super Bowl, I guess. All right, Saquon Barkley won the MVP and won the Super Bowl. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander won the MVP and the finals, and Shohei won the MVP and won the World Series. Like, how would you even vote on that?
And then it's just like, who cares?
Right, yeah. So same idea in women's sports. They say Simone Biles, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone from track and field, Gabby Thomas or Asia Wilson. All right, here's some others that another one that I think is really difficult to quantify. I'll ask you the same question then. You have a ballot, Chris, and their next category is best breakthrough athlete. And the 4 finalists they have our girl Lana Marr from rugby in the Olympics.
Okay.
Paul Skeens, Pittsburgh Pirates. So, I mean, like, how do you differentiate those 2? This one, I apologize, I don't know her. Chloe Humphrey, North Carolina women's lacrosse, or Cooper Flagg, Duke men's basketball. I mean, like, what? I get the category, but how are we measuring those?
2 aren't 2 of them professional athletes, and 2 are college athletes?
Yeah. Just weird. Just weird. Best record-breaking performance. They have this as a category: Gina Ariyama, Caitlin Clark, Kevin Durant in the Olympic basketball team, and then Alexander Ovechkin, who obviously set that mark passing Gretzky. All right, here's one that I think we'll do it in a different way, but I'll ask you, what do you think was the best moment of the sports year between these four? So, Chris, here's your categories for the best championship performance, and let's get yours on the text line. Your thoughts on this: 916-339-1140 or 1-800-920-1140. Also, our YouTube chat, you guys can weigh in as well. This one is best championship performance. So, these four things, what was the most impressive to you? Simone Biles winning the 2024 Olympic all-around gold medal in gymnastics.
I forget that the Olympics weren't even a year ago.
I know. Steph Curry in his U.S. men's basketball team performance and what he did. So this is best championship performance. Freddie Freeman in the World Series hit that walk-off home run in Game 1 and was the World Series MVP. Or Rory McIlroy winning his first Masters title and completing the Grand Slam. Also different, also great.
I don't know.
You just wouldn't even have a pick, huh?
Yeah.
Like that's the point. Like, how are we? It feels like if you pick, just look at the list, Rory McIlroy, you're sliding the others, and that's not the point of this. That's why the SBs are just kind of a bizarre setup. But I think if I were picking out of that, I think I would pick either Steph Curry or Rory McIlroy. I think that's where I would go. But without conviction. I don't have a strong feeling. I mean, the other two are also equally awesome. I just think that's we have one on our YouTube, Curry easy. I mean, that feels like it's really iconic. You know what's funny is Curry did not have the best Olympics, but he had the best finish. I mean, he was incredible in the last two games. Another SB category that they're going to have tonight is one that's another incredibly difficult debate. And look at the list they have for this. So they have the best team. Who had the best team year? Well, the Florida Panthers, the Dodgers, the New York Liberty, Ohio State Buckeyes, Oklahoma City Thunder, Philadelphia Eagles, North Carolina Tar Heels, United States women's national team in soccer, or the Yukon Huskies. Again, all champions. Now you're trying to say which was the best of the champions. They have people that vote. They'll figure out a winner.
If only there's some way for these athletes to compete against each other to see who the best is.
Hey, if they could do it like they used to as a kid. I loved Superstars. Did you ever see that? Do you ever know what that is?
I've seen
they've done some
people
other modified versions. I love that.
Like they can't do it now though, because like when you get like Steph Curry's not going to do some athletic competition because he's making $80 million this season.
Well, then it also gets down to like almost even the definition, like what makes a great athlete. Because you can see, like, to me personally, I think basketball players are some of the best, like under what my term of athlete would be, is they're incredible. I mean, they can run, they're strong, they can jump. But then sometimes you get a basketball player and you go, like the Kings guys that were just out there throwing the first pitch at the A's game. You're like, oof, that's a little bit rough. But does an athlete mean, oh, they would be great at every sport? Maybe for some. Yeah, you have different guys that have different skill levels and all different sort of things. And it's just like, how do you define that? And then the last one, I think that's interesting here that wanted to discuss, because they've got a bunch of other categories like best NFL player, like Allen, Barkley, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Surtain, best baseball player, Judge, Ohtani, Freeman, Skubal. Like, you know, these are all going to be best NBA player. I think it's going to go to SGA, but Giannis and Jokic and Tatum are other candidates. They got best UFC fighter, best soccer player. Oh, let me ask you that one, Chris. Oh, you're taking a call here. Best soccer player. Putelis, Yamal. I don't even know all these people. Let me ask you this, Chris. So if I ask you this one, best soccer player?
Gee, if only there was an award that was given to the best soccer player of the year.
Who won it?
Who did win it? Why am I forgetting?
See?
Oh, it's Rodri.
Okay.
He's not even on there.
Nope. I'm going to need help on pronunciations, but from FC Barcelona, Spain, Bonmati. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
3 are from FC Barcelona.
Okay.
Putelis and Yamal, I guess. I hope I'm saying these correctly. And then
why them?
And AC Milan, Christian Pulisic. Pulisic?
Like, he's not even like considered like the top 50 in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is he on the best soccer player list?
I don't know, because this thing is stupid.
And how would you weigh this last category that I'm going to bring up? Best. Now, this one is, they're all opinions, but I'll ask you this. This one, you might come up with an answer. Best play. So you have Trinity Rodman with the overtime goal to send the U.S. women's national team to the semifinals in the Olympics. Sabrina Ionescu's Logo 3 game winner of the WNBA Finals Game 3. Tyrese Halliburton calls game NBA Game 1 Finals this year. Or Saquon Barkley's backwards hurdle. To me, I mean, now you're going, in the moment, Saquon Barkley was in a regular season game, but that's one of the best plays I've ever seen.
That was incredible.
I would pick that. Those others probably have more meaning. Halliburton, Sabrina, and Rodman, but like Saquon Barkley was the best. That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. That would be my choice. Let's check in with Larry. Larry, good morning. How are you?
What's up, guys? Here's how we solve this. We work backwards. It's impossible to pick one, so what we like to do is called the Tarantino. Sometimes we'll have a conversation where I'll say, okay, eliminate one Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
And it just starts the conversation. So same with these moves, like get rid of one or two, and then you can really grind it and figure out which one it is. But at the end of the day, Freddie Freeman was on fire, baby. It was a long time since 1988. You guys are the best. Keep rocking. Later.
All right, thank you. It was funny.
Is he a Dodger fan?
I was just about to say that because I was going to give him, Larry, the category of going, all right, well, let's go to best championship performance, Biles, Curry, Freeman, or McElroy. And I was going to do his Tarantino and work backwards, and I would have maybe eliminated Freeman, but he picked Freeman.
But he's a Dodger fan.
Yeah.
He said it's been a long time since 1988.
Oh, he ignored 2020, huh?
Huh.
They won the World Series.
Did they?
Well, some have put an asterisk on it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, like, they played half as many games, so that's a full season, right? Wait, no. It was less than half the games?
You don't think they were World Series caliber?
No.
No. They'd been in the last couple prior and lost, right?
So?
So? Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Chris, on the old ESPY's thought process. It's become a made-for-TV event, made for promoting their own network. And the concept isn't terrible. It's weird.
You know what you should do instead? Watch the studio and watch the Golden Globes episode.
The studio Golden Globes episode.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the best one?
I can't even like pick my favorite one. Each time I see an episode, it's like, okay, that's my favorite one. And then I go to the next one. Oh, no, that's my favorite one. Then you go back. Oh, no, this one was my favorite one.
That's when you know you got a good show.
Yes.
When it's tough to choose and they never disappoint. Has there been a bad, quote, bad episode?
No. What's crazy is the amount of, I think they've got like 4 or 5 people that were just cameos that were nominated for an Oscar on the show. Like, and you get like Martin Scorsese and Ron Howard. Ron Howard, you see him like you've never seen him before.
Who are the main? Isn't Cranston in it?
He plays like the head boss. He's in a few episodes. He's in about like 3 or 4 episodes.
Are there some consistent main characters, or are there a lot?
Yeah,
of
Seth Rogen's the main character.
Oh, I thought he was right. I thought he was behind it. I didn't know he was on. Okay.
No, he's the studio head.
Gotcha.
So then, and his he replaces Catherine O'Hara, who was the studio head before him, and she was like his mentor and stuff like that. So they've got this relationship where she's angry at him because he took the job, but also like wanting to help him because she helped him get to where he's at, like type of thing. So she's fighting herself. His best friend on the show is Ike Barinholtz,
he's funny.
And he wanted that job but didn't get it. But at the same time, he's trying to help him every chance that he get, but he's like jealous of him that he's got the job and not him.
And you said this is Apple TV, correct?
Yeah. And you could watch the whole series in a weekend.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's what, maybe when we're talking about what's on deck coming up, that will be your bit of advice for everyone there. Yeah. Cause today,
Catherine Hahn, absolutely incredible.
Really?
Yes. She steals every single scene.
She's really grown from kind of being a, not character actor, but just kind of a complimentary piece on shows or movies to being more of a featured player.
She's the one in Anchorman, and he will say anything.
Yes. She's funny. So she's one of the highlights of this.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of actors playing themselves.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like when they do that.
Like Anthony Mackie is playing himself, and he's also a producer in this movie, and they're trying to get this scene cut. But he's telling Ron Howard, like, oh, yeah, this is incredible. This is incredible. And no one wants to tell him the bad news of, like, you got to get this out of the movie.
Oh, no. How many is it done or is it still going?
This first season's done.
Okay. And they are going to do a second season?
Yeah.
Nice.
One of the, I can't remember who it was, but it was a woman playing a director in, like, the second or third episodes. She's actually came back as a writer for the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I've heard. I mean, again, it was some absurd amount of Emmy nominees, like 20 something or 28 or
it's really
just incredible. Yeah, that's something I'll definitely have to check out. All right, when we come back, we got to check out more things going on deck right now, including Kings Summer League basketball. Just a few hours away from them playing their final game before to see if they advance. If they don't win today, there'll be a team that just plays one more game and eventually will leave Vegas. But if not, they can get a chance to get into that Final Four. And we'll talk about that, what's on deck. And Alan Stiles will stop by. We'll have crosstalk with him and a look at celebrity birthdays to wrap up the show. That's all coming up in our final half hour here on Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by the Roseville Auto Mall.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It is Wednesday, out the door to a cooler start. Delta breeze, yeah, you feel that as we head through the afternoon. That's going to keep us a touch cooler today. Expect daytime highs in the mid to upper 80s with plenty of sunshine and the occasional breeze. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Roseville Auto Mall is Northern California's ultimate destination when looking for your next vehicle. Find the largest selection with 20 top brands. And right now, save big on the perfect vehicle for your summer fun during our summertime savings event. The Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that, and third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
You gotta dip your chicken strips.
Hey, this is Keone.
And this is Tabitha.
And a little thing we love about Chick-fil-A chicken strips
is all the different sauces we can dip through it. I like to line up all my favorite sauces so that in every bite, I have a different flavor. Then with the tenderness of the chicken, the juiciness of it, it's all there.
And for me, I like to mix my sauces so I get a little tang and I get a little sweetness all in one bite.
That's what makes it for me. Like, that's what does it for me.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the summer of Chick-fil-A chicken strips and sauces. Order now on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, inviting you to come join them every Wednesday for their midweek madness drawing, giving away $2,000 in total cash starting at 6 p.m. It's a safe and friendly environment, plenty of well-lit parking available, and it's conveniently located right there in downtown Sacramento. And remember, best food, best service, best games, 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Did you know about 1/3 of our lives is spent sleeping? Hi, this is Franklin Rosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. If we're going to spend that much time in our bedrooms, then our bedrooms ought to reflect our personalities. I remember many weekend mornings when our kids would jump into our beds trying to coax us to start our days more on their schedules than ours. Naturewood Home Furnishings' huge bedroom sale is here, and there's no better time to find the perfect accent piece for your bedroom, or even better, to start fresh by designing your bedroom to fit your lifestyle. From a new mattress and foundation to dressers to nightstands to lamps and more. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create a space from simple to luxurious and anything in between. Just drop by and let Naturewood's team help you envision a bedroom fit for 1/3 of your life. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable bedroom sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water reel.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. It's Country in the Park 2, Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo. Along with the special guests, Mitchell Tenpenny, Low Cash, Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. Saturday, September 13th at Cal Expo.
Sponsored by Trex Racing Cage Chicken Fingers and Naturewood Home Furnishings. Tickets at catpfest.com.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be fun. It's time for What's on Deck. Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
Our thanks to Trex Decking and Railing, our sponsor for What's on Deck. What you need to know about today. Well, yeah, Kings Summer League versus Cleveland. Summer League play coming up today. Made a rhyme. Here we go. That's at 12:30. Chris, let's do this again. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 potential final previews today in Summer League matchups. Which is the most likely to have a finals preview? Wizards, Jazz, Mavericks, Sixers, or Kings and Cavs?
Mavericks, Sixers.
I was hoping you'd say Kings and Cavs. We
I
swept
can't see
those
the Cavs
guys
making it.
Oh, yes. They'd be the problem. They would have been they had that potential to be the team because they won 60-something games but lost twice to the Kings. Your scenario where you want the Kings to go like 80-2.
80-2, but the finals be against a team that they lost to both times.
So why do you want that? So if they go 80, they'd still be the favorite, right? But there'd be question.
Oh, yeah, there'd definitely be intrigue.
Because they went 80-0, 80-2, but the 2 losses were to Boston. But that's who
they swept the postseason.
And they went 4-4-4. So wouldn't they still be heavy favorites in the championship?
They would be, but there'd still be questions.
So you like that intrigue, and then what happens in the finals?
Sweep the finals.
Oh, sweep. So just 2 random losses.
Yeah.
And then at that point, would you go, man, they could have gone 82-0 and then 16.
Dave would.
Yes,
Dave would be the one with the problem with it.
Exactly. Wouldn't accept it. Not going to the parade. Not having it. All right. Now we've got 1, 2, 2 Eastern Conference final previews potentially. What's most likely to be an Eastern Conference Finals preview? This is a tough choice. Bucks Bulls or Magic Nets? Bucks Bulls, Magic Nets. Magic Nets.
Yeah.
That's the one?
That's the one.
Oh, Magic Nets. I just like saying that. All right, now Western Conference Finals preview. 1, 2. We got 2 as well. What's most likely? Suns, Timberwolves, or Pelicans, Thunder?
Pelicans, Thunder.
All right, there you go. That's what's on deck today in the NBA. You've got the last day of the WNBA schedule before the All-Star break. And Chris's favorite, the ESPYs. The ESPYs taking place tonight. We're on the eve of golf's final major, even though it'll kind of get started first thing in the morning or overnight, basically, for the British Open. A couple of things to clean up text-wise.
I also had to go back and just double-check that they had Christian Pulisic as a nomination.
You didn't believe me.
Soccer player. I could not believe you.
Where was it? Russell had said that Pulisic is hilarious. Yeah. Also, Halliburton would be the choice, but I'm adding all his game winners as one moment. Chris, the studio is a great show. The episode where they're on set trying to get that one shot done before sunset gives me a lot of anxiety.
Yes. It's a lot of that. It's they're long shots, so it's not like back and forth like type of thing. It's them walking around the building or like a set or like at the Golden Globes.
Okay. You sent me a clip yesterday of famous sports talk host Mike Francesa breaking down the new movie Superman.
He was not a fan of the new Superman.
Well, we got a text from the 916. I watched the first 3 OG Superman movies the other day for the first time in a while. The effects are super cheesy, but I still love those movies. R.I.P. Christopher Reeve. Yeah.
I remember as a little kid really liking those movies, but now I can't tell you what any of them are about. I just remember in one of them, Lois dies, and then he spins the world backwards to take time to go back in time.
I know I saw 1 and I think 2. I don't know if I saw that might be the 3rd one because I don't remember that. I remember some sort of weird like ice bed rock crib culture. I don't know what that thing was. And then I remember as a kid being afraid of like his name, the guys that were trying to get him. There was a guy in a beard that I was like,
oh yeah, that they're like in like a mirror like type of dimension.
And I was like, whoa, I don't know. I just remember being tripped out by that.
We are making some people very upset right now.
This is Ramsey on the text line. The championship performance category was made before Sam Bennett's 4-goal performance in Game 6 to close out Edmonton. All right. Also going back to more things from earlier in the show, Erling Haaland, not only is their best player, but he's also the best guy. Such a good teammate. All right. Automated
hell of a model American.
Automated craps and roulette still use dice and a ball. Automated blackjack shouldn't be legal. That's how I feel. Jason, the venue is beautiful. I've been there for boxing events and concerts. I love the venue. It's better than the Chase Center. Okay. And then someone's suggesting the ESPYs need a Raspberry Award. I would nominate Fox fouling a 3-point shooter in the buzzer beater versus the Pistons. Too soon. That actually would be good. I know they would never do that because they're, even though the event, the host tonight, Shane Gillis, will be poking fun of athletes. But why can't we have bloopers or errors or raspberries in this sense? Oh, who wants that award? Well, come on, get over yourself. But yeah, that Fox play would be one of them for sure. This one also earlier, I was asking that we asked this question a long time ago, like which of our rookies or the the players on the Summer League roster would you be most confident in contributing next year? Someone says, completely kidding ourselves if we think these rookies in this roster are going to be competitive in the Western Conference next year beyond the bottom 4 or 5 spots in the conference. Yeah, I think the challenge is going to be really tough for the Kings. I really do. Based on how they played last year with a lot of the same guys coming back. I think the rookies will be nice for the team, but it's kind of as much as what will the Kings be versus what will the rest of the West be. And I think if you're trying to look at this in the best case scenario for the Kings, I think the argument could be made like when we had Bob Gerald on a few weeks ago and he talked about what their record was. As simple as when Malik played, it was actually pretty good. When he missed, it was not. So Malik has an impact on this team. I got to imagine firing Mike Brown and moving De'Aaron Fox had an impact on this team. Now, those guys aren't coming back, but what does a full season with some continuity, with what I think is a more talented roster than people are giving them credit for, but it's a roster that clearly didn't fit well enough together. So the question inside of that is if the talent fits together, what would that peak version of that team look like? Not a championship team. I think that's easy to say, but is that a playoff team? Is that a top 6? Near the back end of that, is that more of a play-in team that's not fighting for 10th, but more like 7th or 8th? Or is that just a team that just isn't good enough and will be in the lottery again? To be determined. I think everybody can kind of go down that road and say, well, we're a playoff team, but if we get an injury, sure, that changes things. And that's the unpredictable nature of it. We just don't know health-wise how many games guys will play. There's schedule losses throughout a year. There's different things that happen, but by the end of the year, the meat and potatoes of your team has kind of been identified by your record and by your performance. A few teams will overachieve, a few will underachieve, but what is even the peak of the Kings? And maybe that example also would be if we go to the Beam team year, as exciting as that was, and as the fact that they got a 3 seed, was that more a byproduct of injuries and a few other things that happened in the West that left that opportunity open? Were they a traditional 3 seed in this case? Or do they just have a little bit more good fortune, more health, and ended up there? Those are the kind of things that, get to a season and that gets determined. But we'll have to wait and see. But we will be watching as far as what's on deck. Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing, the Kings and the Cavs in Summer League play in about 3 hours from now. When we return, Alan Stiles will join us. We'll find out what's coming up on his show with Crosstalk.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And celebrity birthdays. That is next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
The Giant Summer Sale is here. Get giant savings on our Giant selection only at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save during the Honda Summer Event and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. See all our specials at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop. Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls?
I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
At Wells Fargo, we know what got you into your business, whether it's manufacturing, running a restaurant, or your business from home. What you didn't get into your business for was banking. But luckily, Wells Fargo offers business checking, payments, and lending all in one place, in your neighborhood and on our app, so you can focus on doing what you love. Wells Fargo, you're good at business, we're good at business banking. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/business. Terms apply. Wells Fargo Bank and a member FDIC.
Whitey here, and I want to remind you, not all grills are created equal. The Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers are built different, built better, and built to last, with features other grills can't match, complete with a lifetime warranty. It's a great time to find out for yourself because Napoleon's Pro Summer Blast is on right now. Save up to $400 today on a Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Grill. Become the envy of your neighborhood. Offer ends July 31st, 2025. Visit your local Green Acres Nursery and Supply and get grilling today on your new Napoleon Prestige Pro Grill. Napoleon Stainless Steel Grills, simply the best.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah. What's up, Alan Styles?
Buenos dias.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Good.
Yeah, you back? You acclimated? Everything good?
Wait, who is this?
It's Alan Styles.
Oh. I thought someone was taking his place until he was ready in 2.5 minutes.
He's ready to go today.
That's
the over-under was 2.5. I said, I'm taking the under.
Yeah.
You're ready.
I think I'm about 80% back.
Yeah.
Yeah. One more day because I flew back on Monday.
Yeah.
So normally it takes me a couple days. Yeah, right. You know, and the crazy thing is
Alan's sick? Is he okay? Did he lose his voice? Has he been yelling?
Hey, don't worry. Hey, we got the stories. You know, the stories are being released. They just got greenlit. The stories are being released today.
Okay. From your time in Vegas.
Oh, yes.
All right. Is that what's coming up today?
That's what's coming up today. Also, Sean Cunningham at 11 o'clock,
Nice.
who was also in Vegas. So we're going to talk to Sean. Excited about that.
Nice catch, Blanco Nino.
He spoke with Scott Perry. Scott Perry's been doing a lot of one-on-ones, and Scott was able to sit him down for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a lot. And obviously you did it with Maxine.
Yeah,
and
that interview, Sean and Scott was right next door at the same time.
There you go. So that's coming up at 11. Some of the reports from Tim McMahon about how much teams would trade to move to the Eastern Conference, but the article ends saying, be careful what you wish for. So we're trying to figure out why you wouldn't go to the East. And I'm still struggling to figure out why you wouldn't do that. but we're going to break that down. And maybe we have been underrating Keegan Murray as a defender. There are some numbers, hit me with the nerd drop. There are some numbers that suggest that he is not just a good defender on a bad defensive team. He is a good defender straight up. Possibly
oh my gosh,
great.
You're just lame.
Possibly great. Wow. So it's going to be a great show. And yeah, we are going to hear from Chris Watkins, Brandon Nunez, possibly Frank Cardicelli. That's tomorrow on the roundtable. So
those guys are still, two of those are still there,
I don't
right?
know how.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I did Vegas for 5 days once.
Yeah.
And it was for my then girlfriend, now wife. It was for her. It was a graduation gift. So we were just out there with her family for a week, and I was broke. So the last place you want to be, although cheaper back then.
Yeah,
man,
that's what Chris and I were just saying. Like there was a point where Vegas was actually maybe more of an affordable vacation.
It's crazy, and to me, I guess some of the places are getting rid of the resort fees. Well, they're just making it up in drinks. That's what in beverages.
Yeah,
that's what I would say, because the places within the casinos where if you're not playing, hey, let me go grab one. I don't remember. We were there for Super Bowl, and it was pretty bad. Yeah. But this felt. I mean, I'm talking $30.
Yeah,
$30.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Oh man, I'm out of cash.
I am.
Last year, we didn't stay at the same hotel this year, but last year at the Aria, and I want to say it wasn't like the smallest bottle of water, but like a okay size.
Mm-hmm.
What was your guess in the room? So like in the room, they always jack it up. What do you think the price was for a bottle of water?
$9.
It's a great guess. Like that's way too high, right?
Right.
It was 25 last year.
That's
25.
Not even a smart water.
No. And you go, and I remember walking back to my room one of the nights, and there was a guy who I would say had a night, and he's walking out and he's drinking one of those. I'm like, he has no idea he just spent $25.
Wow.
He just has none.
Yeah.
And maybe he's had a couple and he's trying to get himself back together, but you're like, that's a quick 50.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but it's a good time. That hot wind was killing me though.
Yeah, it's just turn this off.
That hot wind was killing me.
Did you gamble at all?
I did. We were down early and often, and we fought back. We fought back to make it respectable.
Who's we?
Me and my wallet.
Yeah. What games were you playing?
I'm a roulette guy, and I was kind of getting trolled. It was just a timing thing, right? Like my numbers came up, but when I was going heavy on certain numbers, they weren't hitting for me.
Those odds, man.
Then when I go back to safety, that's where the numbers hit. So it was just, we had a great plan, just weren't able to execute.
It's about execution. You have to go back to the tape and watch.
Yeah. And that's what we did.
Yeah.
And
you'll be better for it next time.
Next season, we're going to come back better than ever. Watch some Instagram reels on how to properly win. And I saw some minimums that I've never seen before.
Yeah, that's the problem too. The
$100 minimums. This isn't high roller.
Right.
Give me the old Vegas, man. Give me the 4 queens. Give me the nugget.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
No blackjack for you?
I tried.
Oh.
I tried, and it was short-lived.
Okay.
Because I don't know the split. I don't know all that. I just play traditional,
Why don't you just play slot machines then?
I tried.
Yeah.
In the airport. I was up.
Come on.
I was up a little
airport?
bit. That was at the end. What I did was, as soon as somebody left, I just sat where she was sitting. Hey, you just use up all the bad spins, and
it's bound to hit.
That's right. You're due.
What could go wrong?
That's right.
All right. Well, we look forward to your show coming up. How about we look forward to this? It's time for celebrity birthdays. Brought to you by our friends at Crumble Cookies. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings them together better than Crumble Cookies. Start with movies. Chris's wheelhouse on this day, July 16th. Let's see where I go here first. You guys all claim to love your 1990s movies, but I'm not. Maybe I'm going there, maybe I'm not. How about I, Robot?
Yes. Yes.
It's,
I know.
Alan's favorite movie.
Yep. I know.
With conviction, you know this?
Hold on. Yes. Well, I know it's one of two. I believe
it's one of one.
And
it was only in 1 year.
Yeah, it is. Let me see that. Summer. It's 03.
Okay.
That's what I was going to say, 03.
So you're both on 03.
Mm-hmm.
You're both incorrect. It's 2004.
Ooh. How? Oh.
All right. How about the movie Free Willy?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Madsen, R.I.P.
Is this the one where they gave you a necklace with the VHS?
What?
Yeah, you got a necklace with a whale necklace.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
If you got the VHS at Blockbuster?
That's right.
Well, it's one of two. I'm going to say 1993.
It is 94.
Oh, it is 94. We have a correct answer, and it goes to Christopher Laud, 1993.
Like, I didn't watch that at 3. I didn't.
How about Eyes Wide Shut?
Mm-hmm. Chris,
That was 1999.
Fortunately, it was 98.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Christopher
Come on.
Laud, 1999. Let's see if he can keep this going. Hocus Pocus?
Oh, yes. Now we're good here. Disney, baby.
I wasn't a big Hocus Pocus fan.
Oh, so Alan has the favorite here.
But it's this, you know,
It's one of two.
it is one of two. That's not. It's
Get it
that,
right this time.
That can't be a 2000s movie, right? 99.
No, 96.
Chris is closer. 93.
Oh.
I think I'm thinking of a different movie.
I think so,
I think
too.
I'm thinking of Halloween Town.
In the last one, Brendan Fraser and George of the Jungle.
Yes. Now we're doing it.
Getting it.
Now
Alan's
we
got
just-
this one. Now we're cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Let him cook.
Chris?
I'm going to say 1997.
That feels right. But it's wrong. 98.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Chris
Come on.
Laud, 87. All right, here we go. Happy birthday today to Will Ferrell.
Okay.
Best Will Ferrell movie, by the way, is what?
It is. I mean, is it Step Brothers?
Acceptable.
Right?
We'll
I like
accept
the
that.
other
Love
guys, but I wouldn't
Good.
call it.
Good
Yeah.
2 answers for you.
Those are the two that we said.
Yeah.
Elf is overrated, though. Can we have that
Semi-pro?
conversation? Yes.
Yeah.
Blades of Glory.
Anchorman.
Anchorman, yes. Not Anchorman 2, though. Hey.
Daddy's Home.
Daddy is home.
The other guys.
Kicking and
good
screaming.
pull.
Eurovision. You've never seen it.
What about the one where they kind of spoofed the Lifetime movie and he was serious?
Oh, no, they didn't spoof it. It was a Lifetime movie with Kristen Wiig.
Yes.
That was incredible.
Yes. How old is he? Man, I don't know. Then the one where he was pitching. Remember, he was like playing baseball. And
That was more of a documentary.
Yeah. Is he in the 6s? No. Or is he now in the 6s? Yeah, 60.
No. I think I can get this right. He is 58.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Christopher Laud, 58. Happy birthday to Barry Sanders.
Okay.
All right.
Sweetness.
Nah. Oh, boy.
That was one of your better ones.
That was. The Colonel's brother.
Barry Sanders. I'm so cold, man.
Probably under the vent. That's why.
Chris, please.
Help him out.
He is 57.
Mm-hmm. That's where I was going anyway. 59.
We have a correct answer, and it goes to Christopher Laud.
Well, how many has
Golly.
Chris got in a row?
I don't know.
He got
Will Ferrell, right on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got Hocus.
I didn't get Hocus Pocus.
Did he get George?
I got
He
George.
has George of the Jungle.
I think
He's
this
on
is 4.
He's at least 3 in a row, correct. Let's see.
And now there's the pressure.
All right. Former King.
Yeah, he's done.
Zebo, Zach Randolph. Happy birthday to Zach.
Vegas.
I saw him there too.
Yeah.
I ran into him. Talked to
Yeah.
him
Oh, you did?
Mhm.
I almost did.
briefly.
Yeah.
Wasn't a big one.
I don't know. He played for a while, right? Is he, I don't know, 40, 47?
37.
Alan is closer, 44.
Ooh.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was older than me.
All right, last. Pick one of the 3, Alan. Corey Feldman, the actor, Carly Lloyd, the soccer player, or Timofey Mozgov.
Mozgov. Because
right.
I've always thought,
Feldman, by the way, is 54. Carly Lloyd is 43. How old is Timothy?
I sure would have liked to guess at those.
Oh, sorry.
Timothy. Yeah, because I always thought, it really isn't Timothy. It's
No,
Timothy. The champion. He's a champion, right, with the Cavs. He is.
Carmichael Dave lookalike.
Yeah. Is he 49?
46.
Chris is closer. He's 39.
Sorry, Timothy.
Timothy. All right, that is it for us. Thank you so much. Thank you to Chris. I'm Jason. Alan Stiles is coming your way next right here on Sacktown Sports 2.